me. He said a tour in the Nabaim was unto Yukonon. He said since that time the Malkuth Elohim is proclaimed. He said every honest machine got to press their way into it. I feel like I'm his reader. I'm either fighting the reading this other congregation to the side. I'm like Sean, I'm caught in the midst between two, you know. Just to say, I'm gonna tell you now, he said, they should be putting some knowledge out over there now. He said, I'm gonna tell you, he said, I just be sitting there and listen. He said, you better talking about Abraham. He said, Abraham. He said, preach, you ain't saying it right. That's correct. He said, you just ain't listening. It's Abraham. Why do you see that? Abraham. I don't know what he got going on. That's all right, though. We appreciate the Most High for allowing us to be here one more again. Isn't that right? And then got us through another Layla. Now we're in the Yun, and whether these people will admit it or not, he destroying that place. I was looking at the news this morning, and they had one, it's so much going on. Between France is burning, destroying. France is tearing it apart. They got a $10,000 fine. I think it's equivalent to about $8,000 US dollars. A year in prison and some more stipulated if you don't get the vocabulary. It's mandatory. So the people are losing it. They took looked like a fire truck and just rolled by McCoy, what's the name, Macklin home, the president, and just sprayed horse manure all over his house. Oh, the people are pissed. They won't settle down either. It's bad everywhere. In the United States, they got states over here. I forgot what state it was. They were showing the cars. I think 100-some cars got took out from a mudslide. It's bad. It's bad. It's better than what they're telling people. Sun shining. They got New York having a festival. Chicago got a festival. All these. What you think will happen when people leave that festival? They got to come in there with a COVID test 3 days old. So what you did in 3 days after you took that? Did you wrap yourself in bubble wrap? If you got a 3-day-old test, you can come into this concert. In the middle of the worst heightened event. This is more kids in the hospital this time than ever. And we'll tell you this got to be calculated. Now that's to make people get the vaccine. Because if nothing else will move people, it's children. And now that's what they'll use against them to make people run in and people are fainting. Some of y'all will be the same group too. Some of y'all get in the group. You say, I got to do it for my kids. I got to take my kids. I got to save my kids. You better save yourself first. It's not, they'll try to program you that you don't love your kids if you don't take them and get them vaccinated. It's not that. It's just we're looking at the history of the people that brought out the vaccination. What parent, you provide for your kids, you give them a place to stay, you protect your kids, you clothe your kids, you buy your kids stuff, but if you don't get a vaccination, all of a sudden you don't love them. That's how they program your mind. The fact that you'll even sit around through the stupidity and go back to consider, maybe I don't love my kids, maybe I'm selfish, I won't let them get a vaccination. Not till you find out what's gonna happen to these people that took it. So we just sit back and watch them. Let's see how it work out with you first. Y'all got me? I remember one time on a movie they had Outlaw Joseph Ware, one of the best cowboys ever, real life too. Anyway, somebody got hit in somebody's congregation. Not in this one though. So just to like to fight me on that stuff. How many of y'all seen Outlaw Joseph Ware? The man just kill you right. The man don't leave you wounded. The man this joker kill you. Joseph Ware kill, he just blow you away, you're done. You're like, I appreciate that. You ain't let me just suffer. But they had one white guy, he stopped the Indian guy walking by. He said, hey, I got this elixir, good for everything. It's Indian. He's looking at it, he said, what? He said, hear me, it's good. He said, you take it. And while he was trying to tell me it was good for Indians and what all it was good for, he told him, you take it. And walked off from him. See, that's how we gotta be. He looking at, the quote unquote, I call them Indian, because they'll take on a title that don't fit them. Because first off, you're not from India. The only way to be an Indian is to be from India, okay? You're not from India. You're part Spanish. I don't know why people keep buying into these hyphenated titles. White people tell you can't be Indian unless you're from India. You can trace your roots back to India or Indian connection. These people are not Indians. They are people, but you'll accept it anyway. They done gave in to them too. Just like we did, we gave in. We watched other people were pressed by them that broke down and gave into them. So they'll tell you about the Indians that got the casino. That's not all of them. They still got Indians living on reservations. I'm talking about don't have clean drinking water. There's still disease in them people. You know what they know about those Indian race people? If those people ever get their numbers back up, they're going to fight them again. They know it. Listen, most of these people don't. How many of y'all don't know this stuff? They are purposely keeping them sick and on reservation because once their numbers increase, they're going to fight the white man again. See, he ain't worried about you populating. See, once you broke our will to fight to survive, you can have as many babies you want to. I even give you a check to have your babies. All your babies gonna be is we're gonna harvest them. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna harvest their organs. We don't have a fight. It used to be a time he was afraid to say and do certain things to us. Yes, sir. That day over with. It's over with. No, he's not worried about it. He put the most racist, absurd comments on his car, his window, on a bump. I mean, you sitting in the truck, you behind it, you like saying, I can't believe that white boy got this on his truck. And you know what? You better believe it because you're reading it. Right. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna put none of that. King, you saw the Indian, he's trying, if you watch him, he's slowly but surely trying to recapture himself. You saw he fight him on everywhere he got his name. He said, you need to take that down. They said, it's not offensive. It's just saying, take it down. That's not something we don't play with it. You know, we play with a lot of stuff, so Indian don't play that. Oh, he said, don't do that. I can tell you, was a Brave fan way back. You remember Chief Knockahoma? He had a tent. Y'all remember he sat there and do the rain dance? They told him, take that tent down. Take it down. We don't do it. Get that man from up there. He's not an Indian. If he is, he should respect himself better. Niggas still cooning. We still cooning. The Indian, listen, we looking at him in a tent doing that. To us, what's offensive about doing this? What's offensive with a man dressed up in Indian clothes? He's supposed to be Indian. He here and he just saying, you know, for the team, and they want to take on, they're so quote unquote giving homage to the Indians and saying, because you're great warriors, great fighters, we named a team after you. You know what he's saying? You playing with me, Crocker. Yep, that's right. You playing with me. Yep. You know what you did. Yep. You took me down with your lies. You fed me and you medicated me. Yep. Now you're not going to insult me and put my name on your team. Come on. Take it down. Yep. Take it down. Call yourself nothing. Yep. The Indians slowly, but listen, people don't know that for years, the quote unquote, I only call them Indian because that's what you know, okay? As much as you black, because that's what you know. The so-called Indian people have been demanding that their people don't marry outside their race. They depopulated down to less than 500,000 people. That's not enough, 500,000. So they're encouraging their people, don't marry outside of our race. We're rebuilding. When we get our numbers up, we're going to fight them. They're not going to stop. If they go back to their heritage and how they've been, listen, the only reason the Indians weren't slaves, because they would rather die than give up to the white man like that. You will do anything to live. Did you know that? Listen, he would have made a slave out of them, but he wouldn't do it. The Indian would die. He was too proud. He would rather die and go to a burial ground before he would sit here and let this chicken, y'all know what it is. Let me say this. The reason why I stopped using the words, a couple of things I want people to kind of recognize. It ain't the words. It's the fact that people indulge and go into so many other things. Yeah, and it's you people. I say it like a racist white man, you people. You can't take something, for some reason you'll add on and want to go further than you need to go, and you lose sight of why you're him. Right. I use them out of anger. I'm pissed with this man. I'm pissed with his language. I'm pissed with his clothing. I'm pissed with his housing situation. I'm pissed with his tax. I'm pissed with everything he got. I'm aggravated with him. I've been aggravated with him. So I had to go ahead and I had to give up because I'm here to save people. I'm here to save people, myself and you guys, and people that are watching that count on me. So I had to put them aside because they'll use this excuse. Whoa, I can't listen to the words. I put the words up. When last time I heard them use them? Been a while. I can show them control for the fact that I'm trying to save people. So I had to set aside my anger, my frustration with these crackers, okay? I'm just being flat with it. I had to put all this aside. I'm to a point I can go to war with them. Yes, I'm disgusted with them. Yeah. But I had to put that aside for the fact that I got to save people. Now I make it about me versus looking at the fact. And don't get me wrong, it entails you all as well. But I know my frustration with them. And the only way to win with these people is you got to fight them to death. Ain't got enough people. My people pastor. My people love their lives. My people love their possession. And they love their master. I can't do nothing with them. You know what my people will tell me, I try to refer? You are the people that the book write about that will say, I love my master. And you will let him put a hole in your ear. And you will be ever for dead to him. Your book tell you about that. He'll never do it to me. He'll never do it to me. I'll never tell him I love him. It won't happen. I'll never give in to him. I'll accept certain things for the fact of I got these people gotten babies and gotten children. I asked y'all some time back, I said, don't have no more kids. Yep. Y'all didn't come. I want y'all to say you continue. Do not, please don't call me. Please don't text me. Please don't come at me. I'm going to ask you to get out of my property. I asked y'all people not to have no kids. I'm going to tell why. They're going to use that against us. Yep. It wasn't because of sin. It's because you know what happened? Now they have us in a strait to where this is the problem. I'm going to take your kid. What you going to say? Please don't take my kid. What will you do so I won't take your kid? Whatever I have to do. Including lying on Tony Smith, including taking out an organization, including what? Oh, it ain't all of you now. Don't plead on it. It ain't all of you. I know how they work though. White people knew when they got us to get stuff, they could use it against us. See, I got booked what I try to tell y'all. I've been telling y'all, this disease coming rampant and hitting us. If it was some kind of way, somebody could have told us. When they told us it was all clear, if somebody could have told us the disease hadn't gone nowhere. But we didn't have nobody to tell us. Nobody told us that it would come and strike us. We didn't have no warning. Just caught us all of a sudden, off guard. We never knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Because this thing that Mr. Yahuah putting on us, these people ain't escaping us one. Let me tell you something. The mask will not save you. Just go ahead and wear them. I'll wear it. I'm going to tell you why I had to wear these masks, okay? I got people that get sick. I got people that's sick. And you know who they're going to blame? The inventor of the disease. Who else could it be but Tony Smith? Do y'all not know? Let me tell you about Tony Smith. Tony Smith brings the disease in here and plant it off and put it on each one of y'all guys. Because he don't care. He knows he's killing all of the members. And you guys are so blinded with Tony Smith. And he just lead y'all like sheep to the slaughter. You know, somebody said, oh, see, now he telling the truth. Your mama. If the truth was told at home, their mama would tell them that she really their daddy. And the daddy would tell them he really the mama. Mr. Yahuah done sent that through. Well, now you got to make a choice. Let me tell you what happened. This disease is hidden, okay? If it only hits out there and get them, you know what's going to happen? The people are going to run in here. They're not going to come because they fear him, because they're acknowledging him. It's only for safety. Hypothetically, we got a window back here on the wall. How many of y'all jump out of windows? Closed. How many of y'all consider jumping out of a closed window? How many of y'all think about, I think about time jumping out of a closed window. What happens if you jump out of a closed window? Cut yourself, or not go through, hurt yourself, break something. Fire breaks out. It's coming this way. Windows are right there, closed. What do you do to get out of him? He's going to force you to go out of a closed window. It won't be hard to make the decision. Once he cut off all your other avenues, he's going to force you out of a closed window. He's going to push you in your own demise, and you won't catch it until it happens. You guys will consider after my move. Y'all see. Everything I told you, a lot of it, I don't expect y'all guys to understand why I'm living. A lot of this will have to take place when I'm gone. It's not hard to take you guys down, okay? You're very passive. You're very comfortable and accepting of a lot of things. Your own family members will take you out. Let me tell you something. What happens, most of these people don't even realize it. You'll have a spouse, y'all to be him. Everybody ain't on the same page. True. Somebody will go further than the other one. Somebody gonna pull somebody back. Somebody gonna make somebody reconsider. I hear them talking, but what about us and our family? This is self-journey. I ain't telling nobody here to forget their kids, because I know what they hear. Come on. I just told y'all to go home and kill your wives again. Who heard me? Y'all should have been listening. I programmed. I just said, go home and kill your wife. I never told you that. It gets a point in every one of our lives where you got to consider for yourself. It got to come down to one point in your mind. You got to remember, it's for you. When you say you want to be saved, you can't have no limitation, because that limitation is what's going to keep. The only reason a lot of us don't have it, because we got limitation. I told you I had them when I came. As long as I didn't get sick. I asked him. I didn't literally say it, but he knew what I wanted. Don't ever let me get hospital sick. I never want to be there. When I was young, I wouldn't go to hospital to see people. I didn't do it. I couldn't take it. I didn't look at them. It looked miserable, it looked hurt, and I wasn't going. I didn't like it. If I go quick. I remember my mama had her first cancer operation. I walked in the room. You was in there to cover my aunt. She was holding the thing by you was slobbing. I walked in there, I looked. She looked at my face. She said, get out of here. I turned around, I left. I didn't want to see it. I said, I don't want to see nobody suffer. I don't want to see it. And you know what it was? It was my own fear about my own life. It wasn't because of my love for them. You know, of course, you don't want to see nobody you love suffer. It was more of my own fears. You got me? So I ran a long time because of my fears. Now I learned you have to accept certain things in life. People ain't forever. People not forever. Only thing we got forever that been him since my granddad, my father, his father, and his father, before slavery, and their father, it been the word. That's been the only thing that been sustaining the place the whole time. You know why all this stuff been going on through the floods, from creation to wars to disease to captivity? Elohim word still remained the same. When it changed? What captivity changed the word? What war came in and changed the word? That's the only thing I got. What death changed the word? What life changed the word? He said, how don't you see it? I remain the same. This disease not going to change the word. Well, sometimes you got to do whatever you got to do. My word's still supposed to abide. That's all I got. That's all you guys got. See, all this is forcing us to say now, look at this. The world ain't got nowhere to run to, because our doors are closing. They can't come. I'm telling y'all, the doors are closing. When you gone, you gone. I assure you, you're not making it back. You can come back. You're not getting back through them doors. I'm going to hold it to make sure you don't get back in. For the fact, listen, the world done had their time. They done played. They done denied. They done drunk. They done whoremonger. They done fun. They done everything they can. And that man still been talking. If this first arrival, this stuff didn't change you, nothing going to change you now. Now he going to come in and listen, we said in Mizraim, if you would, just talk to him. Could you let the people go? No disease, no threats, no warning. Can I get my son and leave? Who are you? I'm coming in to Shem in the name of Yahuah. I just come to get the man's son. I don't know him. I ain't letting his son go. Then he gonna kill your son. Do what you gotta do, nigga. I'm real. Did he come back and kill his son? No. He came, he poisoned the water. I'm going to give you an opportunity, because when I kill your son, I will not draw back on this. I'll poison your water. I make the frogs come up out the water. I make things come out of the water and I make it stink. He came back to ask him again, can the man get his son? He wouldn't do it. He would not do it. So Yahuah called fleas to come all over the place. He still wouldn't acknowledge it. He called fire to come down. It rained hell, and the hell was fire on the ground. He rained in locusts on these people. They still wouldn't let them go. Then at midnight, there was a cry. He came and killed his son. Now, you know, nobody looked at, this is his enemy, mind you. Why wouldn't you just kill your enemy off the rip? Because I'm still trying to show the people, I'm recalm. I'm merciful. I will give you opportunity even though I set my heart against you. Just turn and let him go. But he wouldn't. The people that witnessed and saw that should have let their children and their children know. Don't ever let that man set his law up against you, because you won't make it back. You know that man struggled. He tried to, though. Oh, he did. He tried to. But when the man said, I got an ought against you, even Ali told you, who can entreat for you? You know what he told Musa to do? Listen, y'all go ahead. Y'all trying to leave. You ain't got no, you need some money. You need some clothes. You want a necklace? Give them all that stuff. And when you go, pray for me. Pray for me now. Can y'all say a little prayer for me as you're going? Mr. Yahuah assured him, he's not getting in. I set my law up against him. See, that's why we can't afford to do what these people do. I try to tell these people all the time, if you got one of these people here, and these people choose to stay here and let you stay there, these people are going to be a hurt to you. You're going to be a hurt. He's going to take them down. It's not going to work. This man is exclusive. He can't have people who can take their law and distribute it every other place other than with him first. My relationship in here with from white, the kids, everybody him. My relationship is with you contingent upon you being with him. You better believe it. I'm all that nigga. I'm all that nigga. Our relationship, I don't care what we got. I talk to these guys here all the time, pretty much every night, Chris. No. Go ahead and leave and see if I hit you. You can lose my number. You ain't never got to change your number for me. You will be telling a lie. Yeah. He be calling me, be what? Your mama. Right. It'll never happen. I'd at least you and keep moving. Yeah. This thing closing down. Ain't none of y'all taking me with you. That's right. Michael, listen, everybody got to consider for yourself where your law back. Because if your law somewhere else, he going to test it and find it. Yes, sir. He going to find where your law back. He told me, that's where a man tread. He said, man going to always linger back. Yep. I got some money I put in a little jar. You ain't going to believe it. I go check on it every now and then. He know he right. You'll go back and check on it. You go put some money in a sock. Every now and then you go get that sock. Well, it shouldn't have went nowhere. Yeah, but I just got to look. Guess what happened when you put your love on these people? Every now and then you got to go check. And Mr. Yahuah said, that's going to be your stumbling block. Because now if you go on that money miss, what you going to do? Well, ain't no big deal. The Lord give, the Lord take away. Got to find it. So if I'm finding going to that means I ain't doing what I need to be doing. Right. That means this thing done pulled me. Right. It's a stronghold to me. Right. Oh, now I come back. I'm good. I couldn't find it. Or either I found it. I'm back now. He said, back well. Now I got myself together well. Right. See, I can't afford for him to do that to me. I can't afford for him to do that to me. That I go pull and I go move and I go run, I go search, I go look. And that man tell me, you should have stayed where you was. I can't. You think about you, them guys asked him, could they go and could they just go and one want to know, can you mind if I go bury my dad now? He said, man, let the dead bury their dead. Huh? He said, them folk that wait time with it, they dead too. Let them handle that. Another man just said, you think, can I just go tell my dad I'm about to get ready to go? Because he'll be worried about me. He'll be wanting to know one man. He said, if you put your hand in that plow and you look back, you ain't even fit. I can't even use you. You think about how, you had in your mind, I'm going to be right back. And he's saying, and when you do, you'll never get in. I joined under those pretense. I'll tell y'all, I'll be lying if I say he manipulated and got me to that point. I learned some things as I came. I didn't know everything that was entailed, but I'm good with it. I wasn't having to change it no other way, because the other people that came before me that set their plateau for me to walk on and gave me this opportunity, they accepted the same rituals. Everybody that joined and go this way, you got to accept that right. That listen, I can't turn back. I can't give up. I can't get people. Son, I won't look back. I won't give. Not with what? Not what I know. You got to pay for that stuff. Yes, sir. You got to pay for that. You know what that man told us to do? That man told you, it's better for you not to make a vow than make one and break it. He said, because I don't have no pleasure in no fools. It's better for you not to make. Oh, it starts out, you know how somebody beat and play something, sometimes you, oh, that's my jam. Your jam will mess around and condemn you on the fire. You better know what you believe. That's what I tell you, y'all be saying stuff, you be shearing. Shear is our word, shear, for saying. I be listening what you're saying. Certain words or verbs will catch me. Certain verses will catch me. I said, that's a tight one. But make sure you know what you're saying. Don't get too high and start writing something down now, and that ain't something you could do. This is my first time saying that. I be telling you, because people listen, you're going to be tried by what you said now. That the man gonna try you on your word. That's why he said, listen, man. He said, you know what, Lord, I swear, he said, do me a favor. Don't make a vow. It's better don't even make it than to make one and break it. Right. He said, I just rather you don't say nothing. Because if you put it out your mouth and you break it, he said, that's going to be it. Now you just pissed me off. He said, because I don't have no pleasure in no food. And he said, you know how you know them? By they must speak it. Sometimes you just got to hold your peace and just wait. Just live it. I put a lot out of my mouth with them stuff in. That's why I can't go back on stuff. Yeah. I don't get the chance to do like y'all. You see, you think you asking forgive me for that? Nah, I hear you. At the end of the day, you better make sure you know what you're saying. I won't have my life no other way. I put myself on some strict guidelines. You know why? Because so many people let it go and quit. I tell these ministers, whatever y'all do, y'all don't let that man down. Y'all don't let him down. He give y'all the opportunity. Y'all don't let that man down. Because you know, he look at a lot of folk walk off from him, just quit it, just all to give him up. And then these people who already look for reason to quit will use that to say, you know what? None of them ain't right. That's why I don't believe. You should have never had your belief based off of the person. You should have had your belief based off the performance of Yahuah. Yeah. If nobody else do it, listen, if the world at this point come up, there's nobody right. That don't make Yahuah wrong. Right. That just mean everybody meet the expectation. Right. Y'all, let me tell you something. They got companies come on TV. They'll have a recall. 53 million pounds, 20 tons of ground beef, 20 tons of chicken, whatever the number is. You know what that means? That means ain't no chicken right. Hold on for a minute. That means chicken still be right. So how one preacher mess up and ain't none right? And you got all these recalls on chicken and ground beef and all the rest of it good. It's just that bunch. It's just that amount wasn't right. One preacher mess up and ain't nobody right. You know why Mr. Yahuah never had that recall? I'm going to condemn you in the day of your march spot. In the day of judgment, I'm going to condemn you. You got to see it. You got to know it's happening that way. And nobody blame. Nobody say, some people, you'll get one or two say ain't going to never eat chicken. It'll be other folks say, I'm going to eat me some chicken. They'll drive straight up at their white. They come on. They say, there ain't nothing wrong with the rest of their chicken. But like that time I was at that bachelor party, and that joker walked in, them women that stripping, they were sitting down. That joker walked in there, he jumped in there and jumped down. He said, these hoes here clean. Me and my brother was standing there looking, listen, them jokers they were digging it like home to men. He told him, he said, ain't nothing wrong with these hoes here clean. He hit me, he said, that nigga a preacher? He said, man, what wrong with this nigga? I said, man, I don't know. I said, I didn't know what kind of party they gonna have for a preacher, a bachelor party. He wouldn't start talking. He said, man, these niggas is crazy. I said, man, I'm gonna blow it away as you will. They had some bill around there trying to do cowboy. Nope, don't want none of that bill. That 4A got prominent like it was too. But what I seen them guys do with them hoes, I like, this ain't your first time, is it? Usually you eat out here in this restaurant all the time, huh? But even he had enough to know it's some dirty hoes. But he said, them hoes that were clean. That man was definitely not finna bag all them hoes in the same bag. That make you realize at the end of the day, you can't go and account everybody for what these people do. People blame us for what a member to do, a 5 or 10 member do. Don't blame that on all of us. Isn't that right? Because all of us ain't doing it. Y'all hear? That's at the end of the day. Them people gonna pay for what they done, though. You gonna pay for the fact you done took up this man's shimmy. You done went out here and you done made mockery out of this man's stuff. So I look at him, I ain't trying to sit around trying to get no pass on that. I put in my Lord, man, I got to live right. Y'all hear me? I ain't got past, I want to live. I got to do it. Yes, sir. Isn't that right? When you want some ice cream, they come get you, say, I changed my mind. You can want some water, ain't it? Somebody just said, he go, well, you say, that's okay. No, I don't want to live right. I got paid. I want to live right. That's why I came. Yes, sir. Now I got to live right. That's right. Young people don't realize there's a difference in work. That's why people say stuff to quit. Yep. People, you don't believe, word that you hit it dead on the head. Isn't that right? You confess all your sin, all your katan. Supposed to say something different than what they're supposed to say, so they can cover themselves. People smarter than what y'all think. Oh yeah, people smarter than what you think. They just smart enough to be dumb that Yahuah let you be saved. At the end of the day, for everyone else in here, you got to get right for yourself. That's right. At the end of the day, wife, kid, kinfolk, friends, everybody else, it's good to have them. I ain't telling you not to harbor. I don't give nobody all my love. I can't give it to you. At the end of the day, I'm here for myself. Y'all hear me? I said it over and over. I keep it saying, I came for me. At the end of the day, I know what I heard. I came for me. Y'all hear me? Along the way, I picked up some baggage. But it don't change my obligation. I came for me. Y'all hear me? So everybody, when this stuff coming, it coming to test us. Just like he going to test them people out there. He testing us too. How you going to know what's in our law? You know what people going to have to consider on this side? I mean, if I'm doing right, why he let me get sick? Why he let my kid, why he let my mama die? Why he let my dad, because you're going to sit and consider. Are you with him just because of what he allowed you to have? Or is it for the real benefit of what he's done for you for longevity? Oh yeah, sometimes we get caught up in the mix of, we look at the temporary thing. We got the money or the car or family or children. What you do when he blow on them? What you do when he blow on them? I remember when Ian got sick. I remember you did that. That encouraged my love. I had to come in there and see it. They tried to bring that cap. You know what some of them folks did? They brought a Catholic preacher, I get whatever he was, in there to talk to him. We were laying in there. They had Ian in there. I didn't get a chance to see him yet. I think Tamika came and got me and said they want you to see. They brought a preacher. She said, I got a pastor. Go get my pastor. They got me to come up there. I can't joke. He said, he does. All right. Get on out the way. Trying to get on. I ain't got time to talk to you. Sit down here, me and her talk. She told me. She said, I already thought about it, made up in my law. She said, I'm going all the way. She said, no matter what happens. She said, either way it go. She said, I'm going all the way, preacher. She said, I ain't giving up. We pulled out now when we went with it. Took me out there to the room to see Ian. Ian had tubes, everything in it. He was laying in that bed. They had people in flight jackets. These folks had the whole gear. I was trying to figure out what they kind of special agent. They would help, listen, they had the board right there. They were going to throw him on a helicopter and fly him right out. They were sitting right in the room with you, waiting to fly you, put you on the board and fly you on a helicopter, take him somewhere else. I looked at him. I walked over to him. I said a couple words and I just rubbed him on their leg. I just stepped on back and I told him, I said, he'll be all right. Yahuah all right. A little bit later, gave him a few days, Yahuah saw fit. Yes, people don't know them real decisions you have to make. A lot of folk would have sat in there with that man and prayed with him. Right now, you just got to go with what the Lord give you. See, look, I don't believe what he believes. I don't want him to pray with me. I don't want to talk to him about nothing. Go get my pastor. Had to set that man up. I ain't tell her, Val, now you got to think about it now. What you going to do? I never had that conversation with her. She told me. She said, either way it go. She said, I'm not going nowhere, preacher. She said, either way it go, I'm staying right here. Now, how many folks would have gave up? Lord, if I lose my baby, I'm gone. Lord, that's all I got, Lord. No, that ain't all I got. You gave it to me. You restore. They don't realize what folks, Chris, when Nikki went down, that was a hard hit. That was a hard hit. It's still standing. A lot of folks been testing and trying. It's going to come up against the rest of it that dropped off and quit and gave up and mumbled and complained. Yahuah, every now and then, he'll pick individual to say, you know what? I'm going to use this person. This person going to be a testimony against you. He tried to tell her before. He said in the human mosh pot, he said there is a Tula dog that's going to raise up in the mosh pot with you. Yes, sir. And they going to condemn you for it too. Right. Y'all hear me? Yes, sir. These folks want to know what happened to the Malkah of Sheba. She ain't went nowhere. She'll see you in the mosh pot. And she gonna condemn you. If folks say they can't make a ride coming from Douglasville, Millersville, Augusta, or Tennessee somewhere, that man said, listen, man, she came from the further side of the east. Said he hear the wisdom of Solomon. Said, you ain't gonna believe it. Said, greater than him now than it was when he was him. That's right. Ain't that right? So these folks gonna condemn you today a mosh pot. Not me. I'm looking to hold the mind. If folk, y'all know it was folk, listen, had an opportunity that they dead could have been raised. You know what them folk did? Let them stay dead. Let them stay dead. That was it. Y'all saw what happened when Dawood lost his son. That thing tore him up. He said, I'm done. He said, no way in the world I can serve that man. Man done took my son. I made a little mistake, but you can't hold that against me. Shoot, that man got up and washed himself. Man, the first thing he did before he got something, before he ate, he went and he gave all Tahalim to Yahuah. How's that he came and sat down to eat. His Abadim looked at him and tried to figure out what was wrong. They said, man, listen. They tried to figure out what happened. He said, well, while the child was living, he said, I was fasting. He said, I was fasting. I wasn't eating or drinking nothing. He said, because I said, who knew whether Yahuah would be recalled? He said, Yahuah could have showed mercy if I set aside what I'm eating, put aside for what I've done, and sacrifice. He said, but after I looked and saw that the child was dead, he said, I can't go back to him. I can go to him. He can't come back to me. He said, I'm done. All what I'm going to do for folk, I tell you, when you let these folk die, that's the mind you got to have. One day dead, you can go ahead and they folk, I had one with him before, every other year, was crying about somebody. When my dad was a dad, his mama boyfriend. And we had to sit in here every year. Folk crying about mama boyfriends. Instead of folk looking at yourself, one of these folk dead and gone. Shoot, that's why I leave them at. And my dad dead and gone. I ain't kidding nothing. Everything in the grave is in the grave with him. That's it. What I was going to do? I can't bring him back. I can go to him. He can't come back to me. Y'all hear me? The next time all of us will see each other, we'll be sitting in the mosh pot. Y'all better make sure you're right. I can't stress it enough. Everything you got, you love. I ain't telling you not to hard what you got. Just don't harbor where to interfere when it come down to your commitment with it. There's a lot of folk done that stuff got in the way. Y'all hear me? I'm trying to tell you. So at the end of the day, you better look at where you're at. I'm going to get ready to move on up here and put some on the board. I know last time they'll go and tell folks I didn't preach last night. Oh, you'll be telling a lie. Let me say this. You'll be telling another lie. Because that won't be your first one. At the end of the day, folks, it's time to get right. Everybody in here, you need a time to consider. You need a time to reflect, because this man coming to get everybody. Y'all hear me? The living right folk gonna have to prove they gonna live right no matter what. Every now and then you gotta hit another tap, you gotta hit another plateau. Huh? What y'all think happened? That man done came in these houses, dude, just like he told her. He done divided us. Huh? He said, I told you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set the daughter against the mother and put the son against the father. He said, a man four gonna beat them of their own house. That sounds crazy, don't it? That's crazy. Think about that, Doctor. How could you be against your father, and how could your sister be against her mother? What if, we shot some wild out of mind? Say like COVID came in the house, and your dad had it. Come and give me a hug. What's wrong? You act like I'm an enemy or something. What if a mother had it, and a daughter tried to run hug her, and the mother tried to run hug her daughter? They'll say, no, you can't come hug me with that. Treat them like an enemy, huh? Yahuah, one way or the other, he gonna show these people. I'm gonna prove out what I said I'm gonna do to them. A man four gonna be them in their own house. He put that thing in that man four, separate from each other. And I don't want to see you. Don't you open that door. Don't you come out of there. Get back. He said, I'm gonna divide the husband and the wife. Separate everybody. But everybody been trying to figure out how he gonna work. The whole time, he knew what he was gonna do. We've been sitting back speculating. He knew what he gonna do to get done with it. Isn't that right? That thing coming out, a husband and wife got that bed. I don't care whatever happened. We ain't gonna never sleep in a separate room. Put COVID in now. Except for this. Yahuah come to true, he come to prove everybody. And now when you separate, you gotta start to consider. you got the car started. Because you know what? We build whole lives around each other. Y'all hear that? People build whole lives around each other and make commitments with one another. How do we build and how do we commit to Yahuah? Why we don't try to keep that attachment? Why we don't work to keep that bond strong? Because everybody you deal with is temporary. It ain't nothing but a wave of his hand, a word of his mouth. Their whole mind change. People's whole attitude will change against you. You know that? And all that come down from one person. Why people won't take the time to acknowledge the man for who he is and realize none of this is in our control? What you gonna do if it hit you and make you gravely ill? What your relationship gonna be if he come and take somebody that's precious and near and dear to you? How this gonna hinder how you feel about him and how you look at him? You really don't know till it happened, do you? Something to consider. You living, right? That means every one of us be dead men. Everybody here living, we be dead men. What you gonna do if he touch one of your significant others? One of your precious ones? One of them that you said, come on my little heart. That's your heart. What if I stop your heart from beating? What if your heart can't walk no more? That's my baby, that's my heart. What if I touch your heart? So I can see whether or not you committed or not. Y'all ever thought about that? Some people will commit differently than others. Some people will feel that they have a commitment, but you really don't have nothing in it. You got it. Some people got something in that commitment. That's why they can't afford to turn back. Y'all got it? Yahushua put everything he had in it. Gave up his mother. You got very little writing about him dealing with his brothers, his Akeem. You have no writing about his sisters other than she was named one time. You don't have no writings about properties he owned down here and flocks and sheep he had down here. He just totally disconnected himself from that. And he attached himself to some people he looked at. These men have a mind, a law, to go all the way. To go all the way. And these are the people he connected himself with. People wonder why you'll be closer with some people than others. We didn't know there was other people with him until we learned about it after his move. After he had already gone up. That's when we learned there was some other people had been with him the whole time. Y'all know that? Sometimes people want to be named among people so quickly. Just give it some time. Your time will come. We'll look at the people they were the people that started out with him. They were the people that were there from the beginning. Isn't that right? Those people we learned out, they were just as much a part of it too. They weren't Shalak at the time when he made the other 12 he chose. But you know what? Your time will come. People don't realize your time will come in time. A lot of times people want things before the time. Y'all got it? Your time will come. If you living the way you're supposed to be living and doing what you're supposed to be doing, I assure you, he gonna prove you out. Don't worry about nobody overshadowing you or taking nothing from you or keeping you from getting what Kabul he established for you. I assure you, what's for you gonna be for you. But the first thing you gotta do, you gotta learn patience. That is, some people, that's why a lot of folks leave, they want stuff fast. I want to be married. Let me see, what is a quitter gonna do with a spouse? I'm trying to think, what would a quitter do with a spouse? I'm trying to think. Maybe I need to pray on that one. What is a non-committing person gonna do with somebody, a significant other? Huh? Eventually they'll become insignificant and they'll drop them. First thing people need to focus on is making sure you're good with yourself. Because if you're looking for a person to come and fill that void and gap and make you a better person than who you are, it'll never happen. All you're gonna do is just mask. You know what mask is? That's all they do. That's why clowns do what they do. You can't really see my face. I put on a stupid nose, stupid lip, stupid hat, big old shoe that's too big for me, pants that's bungling out, and a stupid looking shirt, and I do dumb, stupid stuff. And it all makes sense. Look at me. I'm a clown. Take that stuff off of me and say, let me see you do it. You ain't gonna believe what they're gonna tell you. I ain't finna make no fool out of myself. You do it all the time. You won't put the nose and the makeup and the clothes on. It's the attitude you got. It's the logic and the reasoning that you have when it comes down to what you do. You're a clown. That's it. People don't realize you're a clown. See, now, if you can unmask yourself, and that's the purpose of coming here in the Word. The Word gives us a chance to look at us. So give that person that's that clown a mirror and take that stuff off and say, do what you're doing in front of that mirror. And they'll even start to look and say, this is really dumb. This is really silly. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why people are laughing at me, because I'm making a fool out of myself. These people think that folk like them. Why you think they walk out and put the lipstick and draw these ridiculous eyebrows? Because they're a clown. They're a clown. And they don't realize these people aren't with you. Ooh, you look so good. Ooh, look at this. Turn around, let me see. You're a clown. Because you won't go out without that stuff on, and you won't do the stuff you're doing without that uniform you got on. See, what we live and what we do, it don't matter about the clothes. Yes, sir. Years ago down here, if you preach without a suit, you ain't even a preacher. Everybody know a preacher supposed to have a suit on and a tie. You a preacher, you ain't got a suit and a tie on. What kind of preacher are you? Street preacher put on suit and tie. I don't care how hot it is. Everybody know that. That's because that's the mindset they give you. Y'all got me? It ain't what the clothes look like or what they manifest. It's what's on the inside, which is you. What you generate and what you manifest. See, it piss poor and sad that we think that the clothes make us versus what's on the inside of us. Just like the face you got, the hands you got, the hair you got, all that stuff is really not what make you up. It's what's on the inside. I try to teach you guys, the one thing you want to try to make sure you got is substance. That's why people have breakdowns and fall out. You know what? They don't have no substance. Y'all know how many times I break down and fall out? It never happens. It never happens. I never go in a closet and shed and run off and say, I just gotta get away from everybody. I never get in my car and pull over somewhere and just break down. I'll just run off the road. I'll just kill myself. Because I got substance. Yes, sir. See, there was a time that I could understand that type of behavior because I had no substance. That's the whole purpose of getting substance, getting stability, because you're going to still be tried. Once you get substance, it don't mean things don't try you. I just know how to ration them. Right. There's got to be a rationale behind it. Y'all got it? You human. You still prone to. You can get all the save you want to. It don't mean ain't nothing going to come up. I don't never see nobody naked. If they naked, they still naked. Yep. It's how I process it him. It's the same thing. I see Bill ugly. Bill look just like it looked when I was drinking it. It's still like it's in a can in a bottle. It's still gold with white fuzz on top. Didn't change. Nothing changes. It's all about how I process it now. Because I got substance. I consider the end of the matter. Go ahead and get a cold brewski, go and enjoy it, get me another 2, 3 behind it, now I'm drunk. Now I put myself in error. Now I gotta look at what's your recovery time. It's kind of like a surgery. Some surgery, they call it outpatient. Some surgery, they'll need to keep you in monitor. Some surgery, people die in the midst of it. That's what I consider if I made the decision to drink me a cold brewski. Get me a little woman on the side. Try to get me a man or mess with a kid. You see what I'm saying? It's all about how you process the situation. See, a dumb sinner, they're just a cartoon sinners, they'll just keep going and they'll want to consider the matter at the end. But sometimes you make decisions, you can consider them at the end, you just can't recover from it. Y'all got it? That's the difference. People, if you say you don't even think certain things, when people tell you certain things, ice cream. How many ice cream come in your mind? That mean you the devil? Still come on. It's why you process it. Whether the ice cream good or bad for you. You get what I'm saying? Everything bad, it never come in my mind. Lord, keep me like that. You a liar and a retard. Your mind can still think the same thing and your eyes gonna still see the same thing. It's all about how you process it. That's all happened. People try to, how many of y'all heard that when you say you don't think certain stuff? Say folk don't think, like, you thinking, oh, well, I ain't say it, I guess, because I sure just thought it. What, I mean, come on. Be angry. You know it's a sin to be angry. The qatar comes in when you act upon. You got me? A lot of times, he told about the man that with a woman commit adultery. What was it? He can't say look at. How I'm gonna control my eyes see? Someone say, hey, I look around, I just seen some woman naked. You finna burn in hell. You just looked. He never told you that. It's the man that looked, and he started to process it different than he should. See, that's the purpose when we look at the un. The un is appearance, but it also gives me knowledge of. And with that knowledge, I'm able to make a rational judgment to say, where should this go? Should I discard this or keep it? Y'all got me? And what a lot of people do, they mess up, they'll hold it. And that'll be your downfall. Y'all got it? You got to discard it. Think about that. How many of y'all ate some food that was real good? What's your favorite food? Somebody, y'all hit you. What's your favorite food, baby? Peach grapes? Beef rib. Beef rib. What's your favorite? Cotton? You can't eat no cotton. Give me something else. What you got, Evan? Favorite food or favorite food? Dressing. Hold on for a minute. Evan. That just threw me so bad. I like dress too, but not my favorite food. That's fine. Like cornbread dressing. What you got, Hart? That boy, that's serious. Malcolm, what you got, Jim? He right here, bottom starting on. Malcolm, that's all right. Malcolm eat vegetables. That's another. Let's get now. What's your favorite food, Malcolm? I tried it. See, if I'd have let the Spirit lead me, now that just threw off everything. All I had to thing with the dress. That man broke out all the beef ribs, lamb, all this stuff. That man said broccoli. No, but that's fine. With all of that you like, don't you know there's no way there's no way in the world your body can keep all that. It's got to discard it, and it's for your benefit. Y'all know that? That's for a benefit. Sometimes you eat it, you like, woo, man, I want to eat, get myself so stuffed where it just stay with me. But if it stay with you, you ain't got no room for nothing else. Your body got to discard it. And you know what? That's how you got to do with people and things sometimes. For the betterment and for your benefit, it's of a necessity that you got to discard some stuff. That's just like, come on. We talked about Yahuah when I was a child. Thought I was a child. I acted like a child. I reasoned as a child. But when I became a man, I discarded. That's all I did. I had to get rid of it. It was great when I was a child. A lot of stuff we did was great when we were without the knowledge. But now we come into information. And that information is so prevalent to where it's certain things we have to get rid of. Just like your computer, your phone. Sometimes your phone, it'll say memory full. Now you got a choice. You can go get another card or delete. So sometimes you're going through the lead, you think about, man, I'm going to get rid of this. Now some choices got to be made, ain't it? I ain't got time to go get no man, and I'm trying to use this phone. So now I got to start doing what? Deleting video. Man, I saved the video. I go back and look at it, delete it. Man, I got these. Now you got to start to say, you're going to delete the things you feel that are more or less important. But when you originally put them there, it would be called, they were keepsakes. That's the same way we got to do when it comes to people, come to things, possession. Eventually you got to go through it and got to start seeing what's the most important. You got it? Well, how is it we understand that? How many of y'all had to do that with your phone where you had to delete, get rid of something? So how we don't understand something? I ain't gonna I gotta get rid of some people. I let folk go. I can't be with them. But a dumb, retarded person sit here and get rid of stuff on their phone they feel like were valuable to keep, and they make decisions to get rid of them. It's gonna come back up in the mosh pot. See, everything that people acting playing dumb, like they don't understand, it don't make sense. Why I gotta cut these people? That's stupid. Why I can't still be? Much says you gotta get rid of that stuff on your phone to keep working. In order for all of him to move me further, I gotta get rid of some people. Let me see. Who remember Yahuah, guy they call Isaiah? I said, who remember? Yes, you know these folks that they look like. How many of y'all remember Yahuah? You know he considered to be the Christian, they call him the eagle eye. Do you have an echo box by you somewhere? Some close to it. But he's called the eagle eye because of what he was able to foretell was going to come down the road. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to believe when he got his best vision. When Yahuah deleted Uzziah. He said the year that when he moved, he said that's when I saw him. What if he'd have kept living and stayed down? Never seen him. You know why a lot of folks ain't gonna see salvation? Because they still got an Uzzah. Sometimes people, sometimes health issues, mental struggles, whatever it be, they could be that one thing that just keep you from seeing him. And sometimes because he don't allow us to make every decision, because if Tony Smith made every decision for himself, what should be removed, what should be taken, what should be stricken, I'd have chose the wrong thing. I would have. I'd have chose the wrong thing. I got shoes I can't get rid of. I got so much stuff. I said, I'll get them. I said, I'll put it and I put them right back in there. I said, I don't even wear them. I said, it don't make no difference. I still just put them in there. I don't know, one day I might wear them. Just keep them. And you wind up cluttering and holding on stuff. And that's how we'll do sometimes spiritually. How many of y'all like that? I got a bunch of stuff I need to go in my car. I got stuff, there's no way I'm going to wear that. But for whatever dumb reason, I ain't bagged it up to get rid of it. I got some pants, I put them, I said, man, they kind of, I said, maybe I change shoes, they'll come up and they won't look like they're in the water. I put a different pair of shoes and said, maybe I stand like that or do this. I said, nope, man. And then I said, I'm going to go take them. I said, I ain't got time to. I just hang them back up. I said, I don't know. Doctor said I'm shrinking. Maybe I'll go into them. I mean, this is my rationale for things. Now, in telling y'all that, and I wasn't planning on talking about it, is to say, now I have to examine how many natural things I've done with, how many things I have or I'm doing when it comes down from the Ruach end. Because a lot of times, your natural things you might deal with embattlement with transfer over. It could be some things I might hold to, and I said, well, I mean, I might wind up one day having to use it, versus sometimes you have to get rid of things. Your natural way you do things also work for how you do things from the Ruach. I work out, people. I tell people when I say work out, I said a lot of what I watch. Dang, I talked to him about it. Like I said, it all plays a part of what I watch them do out here. Because you have limitations, you have things you do, you will miss, it's not as important you do. I said, okay, I can see that. And sometimes people, when they be like, how people try to judge somebody about working out when they spiritual girl? I said, I just see things. I watch things. They'll watch me not do something. I set my mind to do something. They'll see me, they'll watch. I'll do it. I set my mind, I just keep going, I'll do it. It's in my mind, I pace myself to know. When I set myself, I say I'm gonna do something, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. That is, because I look at this like this, I set myself to make sure. You know, he told me about it, I learned how to do it from the book. When he told me to say, therefore, what am I supposed to do with my eye? Seeing, we also compassed about with so great a cloud of people watching. He said, let us lay aside. I ain't gonna come in and work out with no 3-piece suit on. That's stupid. It's certain stuff I ain't gonna bear. I feel I'm gonna work out my squat. I won't come with some nut huggers and some butt grabbers, something to do some squats. I ain't even prepared. I know it's not gonna work. And all that's gonna do is gonna discourage me out of something I already hate to do anyway. So it's gonna make more sense to put myself in a fitting position where I can do it. So guess what? Now I can run this race with endurance. Because if I don't, I'm going to give away. I'm going to say, you know what? Nah, I ain't going to do it. Because you know what happened? It's the weight. I done put too many things in the way. You see what I'm saying? All these things I can't look at, he tried to tell, and now I try to transfer what I do from now to when I'm doing things from the Ruach perspective. I got to make sure I don't have some things that can come in and damper, hamper, or persuade or pull me away from what I'm supposed to be doing. Because Yahuah said he was persuaded. Nothing shall. So where is everybody? We ain't talking to because he's not here. So where would everybody have to be in his life? Most precious, most dear. People, these are people, my very significant others. Where would people have to be in his life? Based off that statement. Huh? Come after Yahuah. Distant. Where? Back burner? Got to. That's a hard statement. I'm persuaded, nothing. The word persuade comes from influenced. I'm influenced that nothing shall separate me from the harbor of. What are the things that Yahuah told you that he hates? Qatar. What are things he'll harm? He'll harm the Ben. Ain't that right? He'll harm the Ben somewhere. He showed him everything he does. He'll harm the Ben that he gave him. He'll harm the Ben so much that he put him over. That's how much he'll harden them. So he said, now I'm persuaded that nothing shall separate me from the Yahuah Elohim. Now, did Yahuah let something come in and transpire, Yahushua let something transpire to where there was an altercation with him in the Abba? That there was a prevention between him and the Abba? Nothing prevented him from doing it. His own mother. We ain't talking about no mother. See, he gave him a mother. You retard. You man came out that woman's womb. Just like you came out your mother's womb. That woman nursed him and reared him. And that man sat down there too and had to tell that man, said, man, take your mama, man. That's tight. Hey, man, get your mama. Get your mama, man, and going on. Nothing. You know how hard it is, you sit here, what they gonna do to my mother? I sit here and I pass, I die, I move right here. Huh? This will stop me. I got Tora told me how I'm supposed to obey him and honor him. She said, don't do it, son. Whatever you do, don't do it. You know how many guys that held folk hot to do stuff, they said, hold on, get out, don't call me no more. They said, hold on, we got somebody on the phone, talk to him. Baby, mama, listen, don't do it, son. Please don't do it, son, come on. And mama make him put it down. Come on out. That's why he let him know, take your mama. Isn't that right? This will prevent me from what I'm doing. That mean men and women got rid of kids, they said they got their mama on the phone. They talked them down and talked them out of it. That man was getting ready to kill himself. He looked at this will separate me from the heart of Yahuah. Yahuah will heart me because I do whatever he tell me to do. Now if I listen to you, it's going to pull me away from what he told me. I'm persuaded. I got everybody in a nice little neat little box where you need to be, other than their dog. So y'all got more pressing than everything I got. Y'all know that? Because I know you the people that he came and moved for. He ain't come and do it for me as an individual. He did it for his dog. Yeah, I'm inclusive, but now I had to put myself out of the way for y'all got to take precedence over that. Your affairs, your worryation, your sickness. If you got poverty going on, all that take precedence on whatever I got. He wouldn't have it no other way. And if I went to him and told him, you know what, I'm tired, I'm sick, why I gotta be about them? He'll let me know. I can't even use you. I don't even want to talk about it. You should have known that before you took this job. There's nothing was more pressing than this. I showed y'all a man, I told y'all, ain't nobody, I got more care and more respect for this man. Nobody. I make everybody honor this man. And I look at this man, I say, I'll just be honest with you, flat-footed. 10-toe, what you say, 10-toe down? You can die for them. Can you imagine he showed us all the heart he had for this man, all the respect he had for, I'm gonna get everything I got this man right here. Then I look and tell the man, as far as I'm concerned, you can die. I want them. I turned all my heart from him and I set it on you. Then I'll come and I'll let him down and I'll fail him and I'll mumble and I'll grumble and I'll complain and I'll fault find and I'll find a reason to run back out here. What you think that man gonna do when he come back here? That's the consideration you ought to matter. Everybody, people, this is how church people stupid. They go to the Son, because he set up that you got to come to the Son. You got to come through the Son. The Son is the way, the Son is truth, the Son is life. The Son is who he gave everything to. You got to be immersed in the Son's name. But I told the Son he can die so I can get you. I'd rather have you than him. He can die for you. What does that say about you and your value? Huh? He didn't take the worst of what he had. He didn't take a mediocre or average. He took the best he had and said, you can die. And when he cried out, because he didn't want to die, I said, you can die. I want them. Huh? You know how many people pull their life savings out to go buy one particular thing? He said, this right here is my whole life. This man right here has my whole life in him. And I said he can die just so I can get you. And we lay down on him, we complain, we fault find, we mumble and grumble, we try to get out of stuff. Do y'all understand why he's so angry when he come back here to kill us? Because I took what I love. I took something I love the most. I took something, I put everything in. Every man knows that a child is an opportunity for a continuing future. I gave that up just so I could get you guys. just so I can get you. Just so you'll be mine. Because I knew if I took something that you knew that I loved, that I adored, that was endeared to me, and I gave that up for you, then you would understand how much I harbor you. Right. They're going to sleep on me again. These people, I don't know. Well, again, it's the government. It ain't your fault, it's the government. Because you don't want to understand. I just need y'all to understand. Why are these people sitting at home? Why are their children being affected? Why they're being affected? It's just so we can consider to see where our heart at. We all feel like, who in here heart ain't with it? Exactly. Nobody gonna raise their hand and admit it. So he got a trial. Did I raise my hand and say my heart went with him? So he got to try me. I gotta see. How you gonna know how I don't really know what's in my life? Till I really get tested. That's a lot I feel like I can do. But until you test it, until you put to the end and to see what you'll do, it's all just smoke and mirrors. Yeah. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. So when he proves as hard as it is, as a struggle, as much of a struggle as it is, it also gives you an opportunity to validate you on your confidence. How a man said, he just shot him out when he was high, Holy Ghost, bang, you know, the center gun. You know what song they were playing? Speak, Lord, speak to me. The one from Color Purple. Mm-hmm. And Paul said, see, even sinners have a soul. That's when he said it. See, we'll commit when it's a high-sounding song, it's a favorite verse, or it's a good day. To make a statement like that is to say, I've been tested. I've gone through. I know what I'll do. He's proven me to an end to see that I will do this. There is no one in my life. There is no other significant other than him and his adore. Saved without contribution. Make no sense. That's what Christianity teaches. Saved and you have no contribution. What do you have in this thing called salvation? What did you allot for it? How much you put? You know, people get ready to buy a house. They'll want to know how much I'm gonna need at closing. How many of y'all bought a house? How many of y'all found out at the last minute what you needed for closing? You know they'll give you all the rip once they find out, get your credit, find out you're approved. They're gonna give you some steps of what you're gonna need. Now you start gathering up funds to make sure you got enough. You don't need money for appraisal. You got to have the closing money. You got all these other different things you got to have. You got to put up. You got to go get insurance. All this stuff you got to have sometimes to apply. You do all these things to make sure you're prepared when the closing date comes up. But now you coming in to secure. You looking at my home. Your salvation is the same way. Once we sat down and found out we found out you qualify. Wow. That's when you start putting things into motion, saying, I'm ready. My closing date coming. You close in 30 or 45 days, and you got to have it in your account. And you know what? You ain't going to believe what happened when you get a house. You can't just get it that day. What they call it? You got to have it, Boston? The money for a period of time. What they call it? Earnest money. No, that's true. But they also tell you it's got to be seasoned. Seasoned. You know, Yahuah tell you every sacrifice had to be seasoned. Some folks, you know, they do cook it and put it on then. You know, you could tell the difference in the taste of a food that's been seasoned right after it's been cooked versus it's been savored. You said, but why do they call your money? Why you got to show your money been seasoned? Why I can't just pop up, listen, by clothes on my head, I want the Holy Ghost, that's what they call it. We know it's Ruach HaKodesh. Right now. Are you seasoned? Let me see. Baraka is the ish that don't stand somewhere. What was it? Kata'im, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. His delight is in the Torah of Yahuah. And what he do? Meditate. He always thinking, recollecting on the wind. Human later. Guess what he going to be like? An ox planted by the Nahar, river of Ma'im. And what is he supposed to do? He supposed to bring forth Pari. When they supposed to be? When he's seasoned. I get a real Hakadah as soon as I come through the door. Holy Ghost. I ain't got nothing in it. I ain't settled no time. We ain't get the Holy Ghost. You get it right now. Right now, Holy Ghost. The man just told me the tree had to be seasoned. Don't see just getting the tree and just pop out. It's seasoned. When you get the raw Hakadah, when you season, you can't buy a house unless it's seasoned. Unless you buying it cash, then you have an IRS problem. That's a whole nother broadcast. But it's got to be seasoned. Don't y'all understand that? That's how we understand things. There's a season. You know what a tree go through before it bear fruit? You talking about through the winter? When it's stripped completely naked like we were when we were brought here? Some things broken off. These folks chopped off, made us amputees. Trees do the same thing. Pruning. All these things sometimes things break off. It just don't endure the storm. But the tree overall, I'm holding on. Huh? And then when it's time, get what happened? Fruit back out. You look, you know what folks say? Man, I thought that tree was dead. No leaf. That's how folks count you out. But when your season comes, you're producing pari. The next, how many of you have seen trees leaves? When what they call the winter comes, when it hit a tree, it look like that tree ain't coming. If it's just a regular green shade, that tree looks so bad, you say, man, that tree done. You don't even acknowledge that tree. And that's how people do you. Because they don't recognize your season coming back around. And I'm going to produce pari. Because I'm going to weather the storm. Then you got a tree that give up and just topple over. Old tree, young tree, tree that been around for a little space, whatever it is. Then you got a tree, I'm still holding on. I'm still holding on. Some trees even get burned by fire and come back. Don't you know he said, I chose you to the furnace of affliction? Then we go through something we so easily quit and give up. And yet he show you all these things around you that still stay. Floods will come. Flood stuff hitting the tree. Guess what? That tree still be there. When that flood gone and wash in sand, whatever, that tree's like, I'm still holding on. That tree after a while, that time come, it'd be hard to remember what came through. Because that tree look at, I'm still here producing. That's what he's trying to get us to understand. You got to mimic that same behavior. That things are going to come and going to happen outside of you. And get where that tree go when that storm comes. The one that's standing right there. Get where it go. It go and hide itself. It go put itself up and go and stand somewhere so it can dry its roots out till after the flood come and then go replant itself. That tree stand right there. You know why I got these folk they do? These niggas start running. Soon as something comes, they don't realize the tree that gonna make it, they stay right there. They stay right there and endure it. Sometimes they be helping safety to other people. Folk getting washed and gone, get what they do? Grab hold of that tree. You know that tree saying, because I'm holding on. And you know what folk got enough sense too? Ain't nobody trying to hold on nobody they see floating on with no water. Right. I'm trying to grab something that's stable. Yeah. Something that I can hold on to. I see you standing, I'm going to hold on to you. Right. See these folks out here, man, going every inch which way out here. What I'm trying to hold on to you for? You mess around and take me out. You ain't nothing but driftwood. Driftwood go whichever way the current take it. You hold on to something that's standing. All right, we're going to get ready to go. I got to put something on the board. Romans 15, now yeah, man, these folks be signing paper trying to commit me. All right, they'll get ready to sign the Katos around. Malcolm, you had some good days. That was Malcolm that was you playing. Malcolm, you got a birthday coming up. All right. Most High, Kadash, which is separated, Father, Hadu, thanks for all you've done and you've given us, for sparing our Kai, which are our lives, for giving us an opportunity to consider, to draw back not on you, but from the things that we are hard. For the carnal's sake, things we love. Asking you to grant us a repentant heart. Grant us a love to understand the bar easily to being treated. That's a mind to understand your words. Asking you to blot out, as always,
our kata, sins, our ma'al, our transgressions. Grant us an opportunity to consider, to turn back from the manipulation that we receive from those that have captured us, those that have wasted us, those that have required of us things that should be given unto you. Asking you to grant us your Ruach HaKadosh, your spirit of separation. Asking you to recover us, to grant us our own, which is our eyes, that we might see, understand, comprehend, mashpat, judge, according to the things of Elohim. Hadu for Yahushua HaMashiach, your salvation, the anointed one, for ransoming his kai, his life, for granting us an opportunity to be joint heirs, inheritors of your Yeshua, which is your salvation. Hadu for being a Yasha in the time of trouble, which is a deliverer or savior. Hadu for just giving us opportunity to assemble that we might be lamented by you, which is instructed or taught. Asking you to baraka those watching in of an earnest love, heart. Those that we commit to you and Palau that seek you, that support your dabarim, baraka. The out-of-towners, baraka them, strengthen them. Continue to be a healer to those that are separated from us as well as those that are here. Let us be more unified, that you might get the pa'ar, which is glorified. Asking you to limit us to how to shakar you, which is to worship you, and how to sagad you, which is to prostrate ourselves before you. Let us give no offense in anything concerning your will, concerning your Torah, which is your direction and instructions. Asking you to baraka those gone astray and those taken from us, especially our benin, which are our children, our young people. Recover them, please, and be a keeper to those that are here. Guard them, that we lose them not, that they'll be partakers of your information that is prevalent for our Yeshua, which is salvation. As we prepare to move further, search us, see if there be anything that could cause a detriment or hindrance to us, that keep us from your alam, Yeshua, which is your everlasting or forever salvation. Cast it from us. Lead us in the way everlasting, halal. Let it above our paw, words of our mouth. Let the meditation of our lives, which is of our hearts, be acceptable in your sight. And as we prepare to move further, we palau is which we ask that you take full control, that you get the tahalim, the praise, kabud, the glory, and kabad, the honor. In the Shem, which is the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, let us all say, Amen. Ooh. Yep. I'm going to get that hub around. Do that hub around, bend down to the ground, and come back up. Why my hub around on bend? Why I don't get to drive my hub around? I like my hub around. It ain't taking the charge. Hayward. When I seen Hayward sit in that thing one day, I said, you know what? It ain't going to never work again. I did. I said, it ain't going to work right now. Hayward done sat in it. All right. Whoa! Romans 15 and 4. While we here, Romans 15 and 4? Foundation. Got to have a base. Isn't that right? We building. If you're going to build, you got to have a base. Isn't that right? Even when they start bad, you know where they start off at? Home base. Isn't that right? And they wind up getting out there, now don't they? They got some stops out there, don't they? But what the eventual goal to do what?
Get back at home.
And you know how you set it up? If you can't get yourself back, it's the job of the next person coming up to get you back there. Mm-hmm. The next person come up might not get you, but just to the next base. But every time somebody come up, they continue. The job is to get you home. And guess what? And they sell. That's my job. That's what the better job is. Along the way, even one get up, he getting ready to hit a home. If it's any man he got on base,
I'm trying to get you home before I get there. I don't bat and get a home run and everybody come behind me and start running. Everything you doing is for the people in front of you. And you setting a way for the people coming behind you. You're going to have to be condemned in the day of mosh pot. If you understand what I just told you about baseball, then you should understand what our job is when we come up here. Mm-hmm. I ain't going to be the person probably get y'all home. I like to, but if I can at least get y'all moved a little further. Next man come up, try to jack it out the park. Mm-hmm. I heard a man say he was 9 years old, so he jacked it out the park. He told a lot of lies. Isn't that right? Candace said he was a blood kazab. The Aubrey word for blood is damn. Kazab is a liar, a damn liar. Isn't that right? A bloody liar. Blood kazab. All right, let's look at this right now. This is Romans 15:4. All right, listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
Whatever was written before.
Nikatab for our Lamed.
Was written to teach us, instruct us, and to enlighten. So
we, through endurance.
Got to remember endurance.
And
without giving away through.
Nakum.
That's right.
Of the Ketubim.
And right. Through consolation or encouragement of the writings.
Might have your call.
That's why we're here. Let's look at something. I'm trying not to hold y'all long. I'm not here y'all last night. I know y'all recorded on your phones and wrote it down. That nigga didn't teach, just taught us. Allah. No, I'm sorry. Allah Yadabarim. Let's see where they're going. How about that? They call it Deuteronomy. Let's look at 1 and 1 first. Let's say 1 and 5, 1 and 6. Let's see what that's like. Now, I hadn't read this and don't know how long. Let's see what it says since we're there. How about that? And perhaps we'll move from now. All right. Mishnah Torah. I'm sorry. Take me to 1 and 5. I put 1 and 1. That's on me. Let me see. Read down. Didn't he tell us better is the end of a thing than the beginning? He said he that didn't do it to the end. So which one better, the start now or the finishing? Yeah, he was right then. And do it to the end. That's better. Let's see. 1 and 5. Let's see what happened. Listen.
On this side Jordan, in the bed of Moab.
What do we say Moab mean? Let me see hand. Hold on, I got a pastor. Hold on, y'all guys. I gotta respect these preachers. Go ahead, preacher. That's right. That's of the Father. Let's see. Oh my God. That guy a traitor. That man be in and out of everybody. That joker that be, he don't know. Come on, Pastor, good one. All right, listen, 1 and 6. All right, listen.
Began Moshe to declare this Torah, saying.
Hold on 1 second, I'm sorry. On 1 and 6, first it said, Yahuah our all spake to us.
Oh, we didn't finish 5. That's why I was finishing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think 5 go that far, unless we miss some at the bottom. Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Across Jordan in the land of Moab. Okay, Moshe undertook. Go ahead.
Began Moshe to declare this Torah, saying.
So that would mean he would have taught, he expound. What they use for expound? Pastor Dexter? The he used the You know. What they use for expound? I know for us, it would be the same thing as teach. Typically, that's what teach would be, to expound. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Well, we not agree. Is that what teach would be by definition? Would be to expound?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So that, because in there it said, begin Moshe to teach.
Declare. Declare,
which would be the, I would say the same thing. Let's find out what word he's using here, please. Declare. Okay. To dig, to engrave, to explain. That same thing is like teaching, declare, make plain, plainly. So that's what he began to do, to explain. Y'all see what he was doing? Let's go back and see what it said again. Good one, appreciate it. They put his beer R. So Moshe undertook to expound. What word they had? Dabar? Yeah, but they had a different. Yeah, they're doing it with divide points. So there they had this D-A, Shiva, for the comma, and then
AR.
AR. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So they had, appreciate it, Lee. So they put it up there and was to expound, which was to make plainly. So we seen this before? This is way he did it. Across the Jordan, which was defend. Which makes sense. Think about it, Bosh, which makes sense that you brought that up. When you was telling us about how when he told us to keep, it actually meant to defend. Amazingly, what they would have known for defend actually would correlate into your done. So now, while he would have been explaining, he was actually in a place of defense, trying to defend and keep it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to declare it in a way that it'll be kept. A lot of times why people don't actually keep it, because they haven't been taught how to defend it. A lot of times people are not really confident in what it is they believe because they haven't been explained enough. So it makes sense now. I said we would go to like, I think that's Kabakut 2, I think it is. There's a Kabakut 2 and 1. Let's see what that said. They call it Habakkuk, Kabakut. Let's see something real quick. What's that? We'll see how I read him now. Of course, we read it from, 2 and 1. They call it Habakkuk, but it's Kabakuk. Let's see what Kabakuk means, Boston. I don't remember it offhand, please. And see, this would have been something that he would have been done too. He was making it more plainly. It wasn't that they didn't have the law, the Torah. It's just a lot of time where the problem comes in and why it's always been a problem or neglect in keeping it. It hadn't been blamed. You know, people can tell somebody something and say, I told you, but I'll be honest with you, you didn't explain it the way I understood it. And that's how they beat us with Christianity. A lot of things we were taught anyway, Hebrews, like in these religions. A lot of times people are not really being clear in their declarance of what it is they're trying to get us to believe.
That's true.
So in us going back, looking, and I'm not saying that though we're the only one explaining something. Please don't take it that way. But it's imperative and important to us now to really understand the concept. These are concepts that we're trying to really grasp. So for the fact that he got to a point that he wanted to sit down and make it more plainly was that there had to have been some type of interruption or some misunderstanding or some disinformation or misinformation. So it was imperative that he made it plain for a reason. Let's see. And then the fact that they crossed Jordan. Okay, look at what this is. His name means to embrace. So here it is, Boston. I want to get closer. Lee, I want to get closer to my Savior. For me is none greater. So what book I'm going to use? It makes sense. His name means embrace. That's what we're looking for. I just want to get in his kingdom and he just hold me in his arm. That's embracing. Then I need information that's prevalent to get me to the point of embracing. Where can I get that? And see, this is why we look at how it's important about, that's why he said, for the people that would tell you that, you know, he came to destroy the law, because the law is what, see, now you know what happened? It hadn't been explained plainly to you. This, again, is misinformation. So I got rid of teaching you how to embrace. See, you look at a man like Yahuah, that's one that he really hard. You know what he was doing? He sat there, he lay on him at dinner. And I want to be closer to my Savior. For me is none greater. I want to embrace you. See, all the attributes that we saw the shalaks that they call apostles have were based upon writings and teaching. We have an affectionate dabari, okay? Word, writing, and a dabar. And a lot of times people get it and they think it's a separate. That's why I have a problem you sign people even in the book of Yahuah, he talk about deeds a day. I try to remember what they were. That do what now? How I embrace you away from you. In order to embrace, what we got to be? We got to be close. So let me ask you a question. When they came to get Yahushua, right? You notice that they ran straight to him when they came. What happened? What happened? He said, "Come right." So what happened? He said when he came to kiss him, what was it? Why they didn't know him from the other one? Because they were so close. These guys went out healing too. The truth be, like they come, it could be anybody in this room. Got it? And it was the closeness they had. But our book was about, it's an affectionate book. It's about a man and a wife. Is it a distance? It was about a closeness. It was about keeping separation. Keeping things from coming in and separating. Y'all got it? And a lot of times you get people coming in and be distant. They ain't in all that. You know, you ain't gonna make it. Because this is a book about him. The man his name mean embrace because he was real distant off from people. You typically name people things that you pretty much kind of lead them in a path to obtaining. If I gave you a name called billionaire, I'm gonna try to teach you about pennies. I'm gonna make sure you don't never be around no money. We do that because we stupid. Typically when they name a child something, you name them something that if your name meant wisdom, I'm going to push to make sure you're not known for doing stupid stuff. I'm going to lead you into a way of information simply because of your name being symbolic to. Yahushua name was salvation. What kind of ring would he have? Guess what? It would make sense that he's going by and a blind man calling him, Harry, come on me. Man, F that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Hold on for a minute, dude. Your name got something to do with that. Yeah. Then he called who your Abba was. You'd have been a Daoud. Stop. Everybody stop. Bring him forward. Woman come up and touch it. She done spent all her money trying to get deliverance. And here you come, she touch you, and the stench of blood just heals up. Stop. It all makes sense. You come out, man, laying here at the pool. He has no one to deliver him. So you're pretty much reared and put in position where I have to activate. When I see these things, I just activate. Y'all know, it just kick in because the shim that I have is conducive to what I do. We had a man in the book named Nabal. Nabal, for instance, how many of y'all don't remember Nabal? Good, too. Well, Nabal was a man. I'll tell you what happened with him, try to briefly. Nabal was a man that had a wife, had a Shah, and he's a Shah, and he was sent a message. And the message was to entreat, to embrace, and take care of some people, okay? Simply because I did the same thing for your people. If you would be so kind to just run the back what I did for you and look after these people and give them something to eat, and I said, man, F them. I ain't doing nothing, killing nothing, doing nothing for them. Y'all get out my face and don't give a flying flip about him. And when the man got the message back, whose name was Daoud, he said, Yahuah allow me, I won't leave a man living in this man's house. There won't be one man pissing at this man's house. I'm going to kill him when I get there. Because I looked at these punk niggas, and this is the kind of renters I get back. But here's a Shah, came out to meet Daoud quickly. And when she came to meet him, she came with the goods he had for her, and she asked him if she would forgive her husband. Said, you ain't gonna believe why. Because the man's name is Fool. Now, Daoud, let's just be practical. My husband's name is Stupid Fool. What were you expecting back as a return? She said, the man's name should have told you everything. Why are you expecting a fool to recompense you back like you did? So now who we gonna see? Now according to Zechariah, the 12th chapter, the person that was the most feeble among us was gonna be like somebody.
Daoud.
Daoud. And Daoud was gonna be like somebody. Elohim. So Yahuah has intended to come back here and murder and slaughter some people. Y'all ain't gonna believe who these people are. They Nabal. Because he took care of and he entreated well these people.
Right.
But they returned the wrong answer.
Right.
So Daoud was each had his own law. He looked at, that's what I would do. If I did and took care of somebody and I asked them to just do similar to what I'd done, they wouldn't. I would come to kill every one of them too. And he said, now it makes sense for to understand how he was. All Daoud was looking for, just requite me back what I did. I ain't trying to take nothing from you. Ask them. The people were with you. I took care of them. I guarded them. Nobody touched them. I let no harm come to them. Now I'm asking you for something. This is an opportunity for you to manifest your what somebody gift you have. Now, because now you will be helping me. Now I'm asking you to help me. And you don't have it because you got faith. Mm-hmm. That's why it's important when people are giving names. What expectation could his fathers have for him when they named him Nabal? But I see you a mile away when you come out the womb. Nabal. And he naturally manifested what his name was to his own demise. That's why he looked at coming giving us a new Shem. But see, because we're real in America, names don't mean nothing. We just go with something. I always like the name. Shaquankanika. What is Shaquankanika? It's cute. I heard it one time on TV. What it mean? I don't know, I just like it. So now you don't have an opportunity to try to make sure that the child manifests the attributes of it. If I name you ox, what is ox? Tree. What is a tree known for? Bringing forth pari. Huh? It produces shade. It also represents stability. You got it. So what would I reel you in doing? Make sure you're being productive. Make sure you're manifesting stability. Making sure that people can see how you are benefit. Y'all got it? When we were told about the ox in the fourth chapter of the book of Daniel, we learned when he came down and Daniel Kazum gave the revelation to the ox. He said, I saw a watchman from Shamaim. And he said he came down and told him to hew down
the ox.
What was the ox doing previously before hewing it down? It was for lodging. People came under it for shade. It was refuge. So if I name you ox, now, and I took the ox away, guess what I just did? I took away your stronghold. I took away your refuge. I took away your healing. When we lost Yahuah, we lost our strength. Mm. Come on, what a tree. Let me see. The leaves were for the
healing.
So if I cut the tree and shake all the leaves off of it, I took away your healing. Mm. That's why he could tell you in Yahuah that I wound you.
Right.
With the wound of a what?
Enemy.
And what you didn't have.
No healing medicine.
I took the ox away from you. We don't think. We don't think. We took a pay. Why you think that people came out to see him get crucified? That was our healing. We came to say our healing. We lodged there. Out of every Goyim, they represented all of the different animals that came to lodge there. Just like they did when Noah built the Taba. They came and lodged there. Mm. That was their refuge. Right. That was their stronghold in a time of trouble. That's right. That's why we're here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're trying to come back and fix some wrongs we done made. Wrong decision, wrong judgment, wrong connection, wrong ideas. Just wrong. Time to fix it, but we can't do that. We don't understand this stuff plainly. So we're trying to embrace. That's what people don't do, embrace it. Sometimes people, they say just embrace it. Just let it come in. Just like don't y'all know the Ruach HaKodesh is a spirit that has to feel acceptance. The Ruach HaKodesh ain't in there trying to fight to get in nowhere. I don't know where people got that from. It's one that comes in, you have to accept it. It has to be a present. It has to be something that allows it to know it's accepted in this house. You know what people do? They get a house. Some people do. They don't do it no more. You would get a mat put in front of your house so people wipe their feet off. Because I wanted people to know when you came, this is a place you can feel invited. You know, that was the whole purpose. People put signs. They will put a little sign. Sometimes they have a little verse or something beside their door. It said, this house covered. You know, folks say, you can tell this house is covered. Then you can tell this house covered.
That's right.
They would have stuff inside the house. Some people put scented candles in their home. Yeah. Because you say, this is such a nice home. It ain't just because you can decorate a home and it still not be nice. Simply because it's missing that key little thing that makes you know this is a home and not a house. See, a lot of times that's what we do. You built something, but it's not something that he can inhabit. You know what I'm saying? I see what you've done.
Right.
But it's still not there.
Right.
It's missing that little something. I remember one time, man, a guy, and I looked up to the guy. He took his son, and they went to this home. And they went in the house. It was a beautiful home. It was. And they went in. He says, missing something. His son like, what? He said, the smell of strychnine.
That's right.
Fred Sanford told him, fact back.
That's right.
Y'all remember that he told him?
Yes, sir.
He said, smell white.
That's right. That's
He
right.
said, ain't no smell in this house.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, it was a comment. You know what? See, this is what you don't get, and just amazing we talking that way. It was the fact he went in. This is a house in Beverly Hills. That in itself says everything, Beverly Hills. House in Beverly Hills. So it's going to be furnished away. But he came, he said, it ain't got no smell.
That's right.
He looked at what'll make me want to be here ain't this.
Right.
It's a smell of something that I desire. Well, guess what? That's what Yahuah looking for. That's why we were burning incense. See, in the 70s, incense were popular. You went you bought them from third world music. You bought, y'all remember that? You went and you bought packs of incense. In the 70s, you burned incense. You smoking weed. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing too. Y'all remember that? You would burn them incense, had a little wood tray, you had incense. Man, listen, that thing, you smell, you say, let me get a pack of those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a pack of those. Then some you might get some and mix them. You said, I really like that one. Because you looked at it was an appealing smell. Then young people, how many of y'all don't know what I'm talking about, incense? How many of y'all don't know about incense? Now, y'all know spray, right? Y'all don't know about burning the stick. That man said, you light on fire. That's what I thought. That's it. You're doing good, right? Wrong. No, that's right. But you know what I'm saying? But in the 70s, this was real culture. Y'all know that? You burn incense a lot. Now people went to candles. In the 70s, you weren't burning candles. Like, you were burning incense sticks. That was a big thing of burning. And people burn them in their cars. You stick it in your ashtray and let it go and burn. Instead of spraying, you will burn the incense in your car. Sometimes you have a little burn on your carpet too. And all that won't be the incense, some be from the weed, because you can get the seeds out. That's another broadcast. But you did it because it masked odors.
Right.
Or it gave out aroma. You said, some people want to inquire and say, what is that? You say, oh, this is a wild cherry. Where you get that from? This is how it work with you. When people watch you and you manifest the behaviors of Yahuah, it's symbolic to with the incense.
Right.
It attracts.
Right.
Then people want to inquire on where did you get it from,
right.
so I can get something. Same thing when people see your behavior change. When people see you, there's the initial attraction. And if they're really interested, where did you get it from? That's the whole purpose of how he established us. Got it? That's why people say some things, people get out, some people say, I never advertise. All of mine, you ain't gonna believe it.
Word of mouth.
That's how you get the raw hakadah, word of mouth. Hello? How you get it? You get the word of mouth.
Yeah.
Come on, before I lose them. They back there, 2-1. Let's see what he told us he's gonna do. Embrace. Let's see what embrace told us to do.
I will stand upon my watch.
God. And what happened?
And set me upon the tower.
And station me on the ramparts tower.
And will watch to see what
Here he said, and I shall keep. You know how he gonna do that? He gonna embrace it. When he give it to me, I'm gonna hold to it dearly. That's how we gotta take. You gotta hold to it dearly. Because somebody gonna fight to try to take it from you. Just as Yaakov held on to the Malachite in order to get his Baraka, in the spite, in the midst of his affliction, he embraced him. Y'all got it. And look at what he received. Okay? He said, I shall keep my watch to see
what he will say unto me,
what he'll speak to me,
and what I will answer when I am reproved.
and how I may reply when I am reproved. Let's see verse 2. There was something we missed we need to look at? Say it again. My guard, my post. Mishmarti. Mishmarti. This is probably a Y. Mishmar. God, my post, my post. They're doing this for the Y for mine?
More when we talk about guard, protecting.
Shamar, okay. Okay, to guard. Okay. So the mish is for mine. Correct, mish is for mine.
Correct.
Shamar is guard. Okay. Then it's post, the TI for post, hyphen TI for the post. Okay. Mishma, that's what we looking to do, my post. And what he shall speak to me and how I may reply when I am reproved. Let's see what 2 tell us, 2 and 2.
And
Then-
Yahuah answered me and said, write the kazum and make it plain upon tables,
And inscribe it on tables,
that he may run that readeth it.
that the one who reads it may run. Okay. Then Yahuah answered me and said, write the kazum and inscribe it on tablets, that the one who reads it may run, which means his writing would have had to been where it could be obtainable,
Right,
explainable.
right,
That's why I think they would use the word plain. He wanted to write it that people that read it could understand it.
right,
And this would have been a pattern we seeing now they would have got from Mushah. Mushah was known as the Torah giver for us. So it would make sense that he would have looked at how important it would have been at this point to make sure that the people understood it. We talked about before how Shaul talked about in the first 14th chapter of the book of Corinthians, when he talked about with the different sounding of words and different things, how they had to be words that were easily understood, which means they had to be plain speech where somebody could understand it. Shaul also talked about how he would speak 5 words of communication, then 10,000 and have no understanding of it. All this would revert back to who we're looking at now, Mushah. He said, so when you write it so they can read it. Sometimes I've been told you write stuff, they say, what is this junk? You're like, what you mean? I can read it. Yeah, you can read it.
Right.
But if you were writing it for me, I'm going to misinterpret what you're saying. So write it so I can understand it.
right,
Write it so I can know what you're trying to communicate. That's all he was telling. And so Mushah would have come along for us and been the person to make sure these people need to understand what they're being taught. If you're going to do something, you can't do something you don't know. That's impossible. People assume you're at every person, yeah, I know what I'm doing. They really don't. Because you don't know actually how you have to comprehend and what you need to embrace and what you need to disembowel. Okay? Let's go back to Allah Hadabarim. What was that, 1 and 5, 1 and 6? All right, here we go. 1 and 5, listen.
On this side Jordan, in the Arats of Moab, began Mushah to declare this Torah, saying,
Let's see.
Yahuah our Elohim spake unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this har.
Hold what you got. Can we see what Korab is? They said Horeb. Let's see what Korab, I'm going to see what the meaning. See, all these places we went to, they're symbolic for a reason.
right.
They really are. People just don't know. So there's got to be a reason. Look at him. Korab, it means desolated. Korab is a generic name for the Sinitic
Sinitic.
mountains. So basically, it means desolate. Okay? Let's go back over. Now, I never looked that up. We'll see how this is a reference. How about that? Look what Yahuah Elohim, Debar spake to us at Korab. So he spoke to us where we at? Desolate. Saying, you have stayed long enough at this
Har.
har. Let me see. Okay, let's see what happened. Turn.
And take your journey, and go to the har of the Amorites, and unto all the Malchum nigh thereunto, in the plain, in the har, and in the vale, and in the south, and by the Yam side, to the Arats of the Canaanites, and unto Lebanon, unto the great Nahar, the Nahar Euphrates.
Let's see what happened. Where's it say? See,
I have set the Arats before you, go in and possess the Arats which Yahuah Shaba unto your Abba, Abraham, Yaskat, and Yaakov.
Hold on, stop, leave me there. Abraham. All right, the Yasaka, here go ahead.
To give unto them
Yeah.
and to their seed after them.
So now, what we're starting to look at, we couldn't possess these things till we came out of being desolate. Desolate being without. He said, you've been without too long. Now it's time for you to go into possessing. See, it was symbolic to even where they was at. See, he had put them in a place until, you know what happened when you desolate? People die off too. He put them in a place where, you know what, you couldn't really regenerate there. People had to die off. I put you in it, but you know what? You've died off and you've been killed off long enough. It's time for you to turn and take your journey, your halak, my halak, and at this point, it's time for you to come into possessing.
Right.
You got, so you leaving from non-possession until now coming into a possession. That's the same thing we look at when we've been out here in the street, when we were drunkards, we were fornicators, adulterers, homosexual, cocaine, whatever it was, whatever the different behaviors we all had, inclusive, when I name all these things. Now, guess what? You were desolate, which means you had no inheritance. You had no connection. You were totally without. That's all. Can we see what desolate means? See, the problem we got when we read this stuff, nobody really paying attention to what the man's saying. Look at the name of the places. You put me in a place that meant something for a reason. What was the name of the place? It was desolate. Why am I here? Because you don't have a possession. You're without. So I'm going to bring you in. That's what he told her. I'm going to bring them into a possession. But in order for them to understand that, I need to let you see where you're at. You came out from Mizraim. Was that your possession? No. And now I got you in the Bamot bar. Is that your possession? So now I'm ready to move you and tell you. He told you, you've been without too long. Mm-hmm. Now it's time for you to turn. See, you know what I folks do? They keep going the way they're going and thinking they're going to Yahuah. You got to turn. See, this is a directional thing. Yeah. Somebody said, man, I'm trying to go to such. Wait a second. No. Listen, turn around and go back down this way. Okay, and take out going that way. Mm-hmm. You ain't going to get down there. Let's see what it is. Of a place deserted of people and in a state of bleak and dismal emptiness. That's why I put them in Bamart bar. To make sure they won't die off. That's why, listen, he can say stuff. Let me see something. 3 and 7 Abari. They call it Hebrews. 3 and 7. Let's see what that says. How about that? Okay, since we started here, let's see what 3 and 1 say. Should we talk about considering him? Let's see. Since we're there. All right, let's do 3 and 1. How about that? 3 and 7 just start us in a place I think we need a better understanding before we get down. 3 and 1, excuse me, Abari they call Hebrews, listen.
Wherefore, Kadash Akim,
That's right,
partakers of the Shamayim Hara.
See that? So that makes you, that's how you enjoy because of the call. Y'all got it? That's how we became partakers, because he called it. We got a whole book about that. He said you were partakers. We got a whole book called Yakra. Yakra. So this ain't something he just shoot. You know, as Christian, you read it, partakers of the holy calling. We got a whole book about calling. Guess what? Now, this is what he told in 1 Thessalonians chapter 6. 1 Thessalonians chapter, you have to get it, 4 and 7. For Elohim had not called us to what? Uncleanness, but
Kadash.
Guess what the book of Uyakra give us, Boston? The dietary law. What's the dietary law about?
Kadash.
Okay, so I called you. When I called you, I did call catfish. What did I tell you about catfish?
Don't eat it.
So if you eat them, guess what? I didn't call you to uncleanness. I call you to cleanness. When I called you in Yakra, I told you also about the things you did in Mizraim, you were not supposed to do them. So if you did those things, guess what happened? I did not call you to uncleanness. I call you to Kudash. See, when you were reading it from this and you have no knowledge of the Torah, this is where you left. The call ain't that serious. We have a whole book. It's about, and he called.
That's right. That's right.
How did he call us? Now it makes sense why you got a dietary law. Mm-hmm. Now it makes sense why he told you about not prostituting your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my daughter, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, a whore is a hoe, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't call you to that.
That's right.
That's unclean. I call you to kudash. I told you what was unclean so you would know what to do. So when you're hearing this, it's only important, it's vitally important that you understand certain words should trigger you to look at. Elohim has not called you. So you have a book. You should have a book you can reference. He called you. You can verify this. Not called preacher said it. There is a book that you have, a sefer, a scroll that specifically tells you what he told you you can eat and can't eat. These things were predicated when I told you about behavior. They were just like the unclean things. You were told about unclean birds. You hear these people here refer to them just like unclean birds because you were going to start naming and categorizing people just like you did these behaviors. Just like you did these things you ate. Why he taught the cub and drop a sheet down and told him to eat them? Ride, slay, and eat.
Yeah.
He said, hold on for a minute. I'm hungry, but that don't make sense. You know why it don't make sense? I got a book that's called.
Right. Right.
Those things are in the book.
Right.
He ain't called me to that.
Right.
Not so. Drop it down again.
Right.
Ride, slay, and eat. I'm hungry. That don't make sense. Because now that means he's going against his Torah. Mm-hmm. He said he done this thing twice. He said, now why I doubted about eating it. That's why I ain't do it. I have problems with it. I'm trying to rationalize. Why are you showing me these things? Because then he take me to a house. He told me when I go now, don't doubt this. He showed me a people. These people like this animal. He said, but I cleansed them and cleaned them just like I did you. And when I clean them, don't categorize them and put them with the unclean things.
Right.
Because I cleaned these up and I told you they clean.
Right.
Just like I told you were clean.
Right.
So I want you to now break from what you know on that, and I want you to understand this, that I cleansed the people. And no man could call these people unclean. These people here, I accept it, and I'm cleaning these people. And I want you to embrace them as clean. That's how we did the tour. We embraced it. So everybody that's a keeper of the tour, guess what I do, Dave? I embrace them people. They said, man, look at it. He just be with you. Soon as you gone, soon as somebody, he ain't got nothing to do with him. I only embracing the people that's all he is.
Right.
Why Kabakut didn't come out the tower to go around there and catch some of his family member? He said, man, I'm standing on my tower. I'm standing on the rampart. I'm waiting to see what I'm going to answer when the man come to reprove me.
That's right.
The man come and told me and said, you stand here and watch it. Then write the stuff so the people can read it. Make it legible. That's how he told me, make it legible. How many times people run in and say, I don't understand this. It's not legible. He said, write it so it's legible. Explain it to them where they can get it so the people will know what they need to do. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
This makes sense now. Therefore, kudash, separated, right? Partakers of the pork eaters. This ain't talking to you. This talking to people that heard the call of Shamayim. Consider the
Shalak.
and
Rosh Kohan.
all these things, the sent one. He was the sent one. Now they consider the HaKohan. What does a Kohan do? Not every one of them, but the HaKohan does. So the fact that I acknowledge him as the HaKohan, that makes him the Rosh.
Right.
He's the chief, he's the captain. He's the only one that goes in. The other one do a service. They can help me slay, just hypothetically if I'm the Rosh, Kohan. Then they can help me slay and feather, which slice the dice the meat the way it need to go. But they can't come in here and do what I'm finna do. He said, you can't come in here. This is only for one. This was only dedicated and present on one person. But we need to know that from the Torah. So guess what happened? That was so symbolic and what was so essential for us when we got Yahushua. Because he entered into somewhere. Guess what happened? Nobody else can go in there.
Right.
You see what? But so now the people watching, that's why they would be watching. Because when Harun and Musa would go in, nobody else could go in.
Right.
The other people just sat and just watch. So through the they had knowledge of who could go in and who could do what. They had knowledge of who were offering and who could go in and could do the service and the person that had the call. Because these people were called to do these offices, these jobs. Y'all, they was appointed to do these jobs. So that was significant for us to understand that. And then he said, now we are partakers of that call. Which meaning the only person who can go in is the Rosh Kohan.
Right.
What are you going to do with me for me to get in? I can't change the law. You can't come in and just, Brother Austin. You can't just come on, Brother Dave. That's against the Torah. It's only for the Rosh Kohan. Only he could go in. And not without. That's why we're going to have to be slain. Come on, he didn't go in without it, did he?
No, sir.
Let me get this straight. How you supposed to get in there? On your cute little pillow. In the 6th chapter of the book of Kazun, it told you when he beheld those that were under the altar. Right. What was significant about them?
Slain.
Said what now?
Slain.
And then where were they at though?
Shamayim.
So how you get into Shamin?
Dumb.
You got to have dumb. You got to have something to offer. Hello? You got to have something to offer. These people, come on, folks, life for life. Come on, y'all, what y'all think happened? Why y'all think Yahushua had to move? He let us escape. What was the order?
Life for life.
What supposed to happen? You commit Qatar. Yeah. You worship strange Elohim. Yeah. You prostitute yourself. Yeah. You commit fornication. Yeah. Huh? What was supposed to happen to you? So why are you still here? Because he let you go. What did Yahuah tell us gonna happen? Come on, man, that book, Life for Life. Right. See, these folks don't even understand what happened. That's why you sit in derision. It ain't important to you. You're supposed to be dead. So what the man did, the man hid your life. I took it, I hid it.
Right.
I said, they took it and hid it. That book said when Mashiach, our life is supposed to be hid in it. We know about hiding from recall. Soon as her Abba came in and tried to search for Elohim, what she do? She sat on it, she hid it.
That's right.
You ain't believe what Yahuah doing. He told him to do it too, told him to sit
here. That's right.
I'm hiding you.
Yes, sir.
I'm hiding you. See, people, if you get out the fairy tale way of reading the book and get down to the simplistic understanding the book, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. How am I a partaker of going to Shamin if I ain't no Rosh Kohan? I remember one time I told Abraham we was in Jacksonville, well, some part of Florida. We were down in Miami. We were preaching. Some young ladies came out. I said, it was a nice looking little young lady. And I told him he was dressed. I said, look at him. I said, look at old Bishop down there dressed. He said, Bishop? How would be a bishop and they ain't got no wife? I said, ain't this one right here that nigga told out here? He wanted to throw it, let the women, he said it loud too, wanted the women to hear that he wasn't married.
That's right.
Yeah, because I called he was dressed. I like, he all dressed up, I ain't no bishop. He want to make sure he clear that up. He wasn't no big because I ain't got no wife. So now I got to ask myself, how am I going to be a partaker of the Shamin calling if I ain't no Rosh Kohan? See, when we read in the 5th chapter of the book of Kazun, that's why they were so elated, excited when Yahushua took the scroll. When he took the scroll, took the sefer out of the hand of Yahushua, out of the hand of Yahuah, because they said he had done something. What was it?
Released the seal.
He made us. So what? We weren't before then, was it? Because they were thanking him, how due to him, because you made us. Now we have a right to be here. It's a difference. Before that, it's trespassing.
Yeah.
It's criminally trespassing to be there. It is. Just like when it came down to Satan, when they was in Shaman, at that point, you got to go. You don't hold that position. You don't meet that mandate. So I'm going to cast you out. Y'all got it? Now, the people he's going to allow to come in are going to meet a certain precedent, a certain mandate. That's why we're trying to make sure we understand. I don't want to just, well, he said I'm a king and a priest. That's why I'm going. Do you even understand what you're talking about?
Right. Right.
All these positions were different. These are not the same position.
Right.
Uzziah showed us that.
Right.
Uzziah was a malak, but
Right.
he didn't have no right to going in.
That's right.
That's why we had to be a possessor of both,
Right.
because a malak can bear rule. When it comes down to the Kohan, he can make the offering. He the person that examines to see whether or not it meets the protocol.
Right.
So now we're able to sit down and become shopping that we can judge.
Right.
Based off of what? Say it, what is it? Don't be scared, say it louder. Torah appearance. The Torah first got guideline, but it came from, if he told us nobody with a scurvy spine, crook nose, I use the Torah. So I gotta have not a crook, a straight, I gotta have not with a straight spine. You coming like this. Coming in, you ain't getting in there. Nose sent from that wall to that wall. You can't come in, nose too flat. Nose like sheetrock, flat. But all these were defects that people looked at. Do you actually bear any responsibility to why you possess that or have that? These are things you inherited. So some had to come in and fix and alter these defects for us. Saw a man with a hand that couldn't stretch. Told me, I said, take your hand there and stretch it out. Y'all got it. It was reason for him to come in now and to change these things for us. We needed somebody to come and take away the reproach we had. Everybody with these reproaches aren't because of actions they had. We just naturally just inherited, just like us being here. Now we've added to the provocation of us being here, because we added some things on top of what we can say that what the opposites have done, but at the same time, did we add any affliction to ourselves? With and without knowledge. Y'all got it? So now he looked at it was a need to make sure it was plainly explained. Just like Yahushua, when the Charlotte King asked him about some things, he talked to him in the 4th chapter book of Mark. And we spoke to him, I think about 4 and about 30, and he asked us, he talked to him some things. Then he went on, and when they was alone, you didn't believe what he did.
Plain.
He did the same thing that Musa did. He made it plain for them. Because they weren't understanding when he was using martially, that they call fables. He was telling them different story about a man sowing, a man doing. But when he said, when I talk to all these people, when we're all among these people, this is how I have to talk. But when we get by ourselves, I will make this very plain and easy for you guys to understand it. Okay? He got it because there was the pattern of Musa. There was a need that after he crossed over from defending to sit down and make it to where people could comprehend.
Right.
Same way we saw Kabaku, make sure they comprehend, not only just comprehend, but with the comprehension, now you got to embrace it. That's what we lack. People don't hold it dear. Y'all got it? He tried to tell you that when it came down to a man sowing seed. Huh? He talking about when the seed sown, he said Satan will come, what he'll do?
Choke it out.
He'll do what? He'll take it from you. You know why I'll take it from you? Because you won't hold it, you didn't embrace it strong enough. But let's be honest, how you embrace something you don't understand? So it was needed for them to understand, so they knew how to defend, and they knew how to embrace it, and how important it was to hold to it. Some people, it don't make no difference what happened. It don't make no difference. Listen, you don't be saved, I ain't. You need to be burned quick as possible. That was never I never had the idea of, why I'm going to be here? You don't be saved, I'm going to be there. That ain't nothing I can do. You're wasting my time. You speak as a fool. Isn't that right? There's something to do. I can be taught so I can comprehend, I can understand. Ignorance kills us. All the time, ignorance is our biggest enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, therefore, Kudash, partakers of the the Yakra, they put Kara, of the Shamaim, consider the Shalak and Rosh Kohan of our,
Confession.
can we see confession? To the Mashiach Yahushua. Let's see how important that is. They could be confessing, they be about the wrong stuff. Confession. A formal statement, what is this? That one is of a
Right.
How important this is now? Where y'all gonna correlate this to? That's tight. I think him beat you. Go ahead, what you gonna say? I don't know, what you finna say? Why you want to hear what you finna say? Yahuah Akeem, what did they do? They made confession for him. You agree? What you say? Y'all said Yahuah? What happened to Yahuah? 27? Oh, in Yahuah chapter 27, when the arm, after they had given it, consented to Yahushua's moot, and they said, and Pelotus said that he washed his hand, he said, I'm innocent from the blood of this Sadat man, see you to it. They said his dom gonna be on them and on their benin, okay? That's what he used. All these are good, but we're gonna take it based off upon what we've heard. And that's not saying you guys didn't hear nothing, but let's go with what he told us. How about that? They're gonna put, hold on. Let's do this. If you gon' block my sentencing, you got to come on this side right here. Otherwise, you gonna file me. Hold on, they having a conference. You know what they sound like that? Who wants to be a millionaire? Hold on, you want to use a lifeline? Yeah, let me call somebody. How many y'all, let me see this. How many y'all say they finna get it right? Yeah. Let me see how many, no, hands. How many y'all say they gonna get it right? 1, 2, 3, that tight, 1, 2. How many y'all said, not at all, they taking too long? Let's see, hold on, let's see, hold on. Let us know when y'all ready. All right, hold on. Y'all ready? All right, who gonna speak? Is it gonna be a member or the preacher? Oh, well, he sent you now. You a shalak because he's sending you now. So that's a shalak today. All right, let's see. Don't put the camera in. Let's see. All right, we got, so just the shalak today because Dexter gonna send, Pastor Dexter gonna send him, and they got the answer. All right, that's it. Well.
Our study showed that with the Yahuah 26.
He's exactly right, 100,000%. He's exactly right, 100,000%. See, and what happened, why I tell y'all, yes, hold on. He finna cut y'all out. They go ahead, listen. I didn't say no, I didn't hear him. I told him to hold up. I was see what Austin, then I asked if he agreed with Austin. He said, yeah. He gave an answer up to say, yeah. Hold on a minute, y'all heard me tell Jay he was wrong. I didn't never tell him wrong. You said, Matthew, I said, that was a good one. I heard it. I said, hold on, I said, he got an answer. You said, what'd he say? I said, why you worried about it? He said, what you say? So then I asked him what he said. You said, Yahuah. He started shaking his head saying he agreed. Don't worry about it. I'm going to slap him down later. He said, what? Confession. What about confession? I don't know. That crook. Okay, so now let's look at it right quick. Uyakra, they call Leviticus. Uyakra 26, and we'll jump down to verse 13. So I want y'all to understand what you read. That's how you know this book is to us. See, what the problem comes, everybody tries to come and try to stick it and make it for everybody else. It's not to us. That's why he was talking about people that were partakers of it. And you can't be a partaker unless you receive something. Y'all got it? What's the 26? Let's do 26:11. Uyakra. Now, that's why when Yahushua spake to them, he spake to those Yahudim who did what? Who were partakers. That was the purpose why he sat down and let them eat the pasal, because that made them partakers. Mm-hmm. See, we try to go out and give it to everybody. Anybody walking the door, you want to take it? They can't do that because they didn't heard the call. That's what he's going to. Who heard the call? That's what he's talking to. We just give everything to anybody. Why you ain't on the street preaching to people? I leave them folk right where they at. I'm just like you. I'm on the set to a certain group of people.
Yeah.
Listen, I watch these folks. They're globing.
Yeah.
When he told them that later. Mm-hmm. He sent them on one specific journey first. That was only to the lost sheep of Yasharal.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
First thing they stand out the door, they shooting out to everybody. They don't even know what they teach or what they confirm.
Yeah.
Even Shaul told her that. He said they designed to be teachers of the Torah.
Right.
He said, man, I don't know what they teach or what they confirm.
That's right.
I take you from new to old and show you where it makes sense what they saying. I ain't just telling this how I feel. They ain't got a flying flip to do with nothing. I'm going to show you from what he said where it correlates. And with nothing in my hand. Well, except that I had to throw it down right quick. Now I get it. Let's see. 26 and 11. Listen.
And I will set my Mashkan among you,
Listen what I'm doing. I'm going to set my dwelling among you.
and my Nefesh shall not abhor you.
See, so guess who he talking to? This is people that hear the call. I ain't hear that. Guess what I already done picked up? He wasn't talking to you. Listen. All right.
And I will halak among you,
And
be your Elohim, and ye shall be my own.
listen. That's why you know Yahushua walked among us. He told him, nevertheless, you know what he said he had to do? And they don't know why he told me he had to halak. Because he told you what I was going to do. And he said, I'm going to set my dwelling among you. That's why he put Yahushua there. Yahushua was symbolic to being a mashkan, a tabernacle. I put my dwelling among you. Think about it. I dwell in the bin. So if the bin is among you, guess what? That's my habitat. You know what they're looking for? See, I'm looking for a church because your mama's stupid. How I know your mama's stupid? Because as soon as your head came out, she supposed to cross her leg and grip hard. Because the book said, you're not, if the ass, the first one shoot out, you're supposed to break his neck. He don't want that ass. Break that neck. That's how sissy know he better. That ass come out, break that neck. Lock your leg, break that neck. Don't worry about it. They'll pick it up later. As you shall be to me as an arm. He said, I'm going to be to you as an Elohim. How I'm going to be to you as a Elohim? As is to the same degree. If I'm Elohim, I'm not going to be as I am Elohim, which means I'm going to put an equivalent there. That's a simple understanding. What's that mean? I'm going to put my dwelling and I'm going to be. That means someone was going to be there that was going to be an exact. Right. Am I understanding English correctly?
Yes, sir.
What kind of common sense it made? I'm going to be to y'all as Tony Smith. Does that make common sense when I'm Tony Smith? But I'm going to put something there, and that is going to be an equivalent, an equal, an exact, a replica of. That makes sense. That's how people missed him. That's how I know he come. Hey, you seen him come here and be as Elohim? Until Elohim come here and be as Elohim, I will not believe. Now your mama need to go back, and it's not to make your mama do no sexual act. Take your head and put it between her knee and lock and hold. Break that ass neck. See, that ain't hard for us. Listen, I shall also walk among you, and I shall be to you as.
Elohim.
That's why he tried to tell her, he that has seen me.
See now.
Guess what happened with how you see? With the What did the also pertinent for having? Knowledge, based off of sight, appearance. That's how we looked at it. That's how we knew it was him. Because you bear the same exact traits. Let me see. As the Abba had life in, so has the being also. What are he trying to tell me? That he was his dwelling. That he was going to put, how dwell? Where you seen a house walking? He was trying to get you to look at, I'm going to put something there that I myself stay in it. He bears me as a trait in him. And he is my exact, he is my equivalent. All right, come on, next one. 13. Verse 13. Listen.
I am Yahuah, your Elohim, which brought you forth out of the Eretz of Mizraim, that you should not be their bondmen.
From being slaves to them. I don't want you to be slaves to them anymore. And
I have broken the bands of your yoke.
And
made you go yashar.
Erect, upright. They're putting you back to the state you were in. You know, when you have an accident, when you go to court or if you legally sue people, the only right you have immediately is to be put back to your original state. Whether through finance or somebody criminally being put away, all these things are used to make sure that it gets you to or as close to back to repairable. If you can't get me back to everything I can do, then you have to compensate me to make up for what I won't be able to do anymore based upon the injury, okay, an infraction. So because of these things now, it doesn't allow me to be able to operate like I was. That's how monetary comes in. Then if there's medical expenses have to be paid, you're going to have to pay that because all these things being done, the surgery, you familiar with that, all they is to get me what? Back to where I was. Hey, you get this surgery, this going to put you 100 times better. No, that ain't law. They put you back to where you're supposed to be. So he going to tell you that I'm trying to get you back erected, upright, and we learn erect from the men, from the penis. The yard is symbolic to that, erect. What do people know about erect the building? Ain't no first start, no beginning. They knew that the penis erects. A young man early, penis erect up. As a man older, it goes down, then he out the game then. He out the game. I'm just putting it out, he out the game now. You like this? That's a nice day, but you out the game now. So we talking about, I'm trying to get you back in the game. So basically, he's trying to Viagra.
Yeah.
Trying to get you back erect. Come on, we understand things as a man.
Yeah.
They fine, but you know, as people, but that human part, that anatomy, actually gives us an understanding. He said, I made you to erect. So what happened when a man erects now? From arousal? The Ruach does that. It's an arousal. It calls them to speak, utter certain things from the mouth. It calls certain behavior, erection, through arousal or through appearance. So I'm called, what do you think? Okay, we're in the grave dead. We shall not all sleep. But in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last, what was it? At the call. What are we going to do? We're going to erect. Certain speech can cause you to erect. See, people, they'll worry about how we were elementary kids, everything giggly. Like, I'm saying, but how people, those are things that we understand. These are things he gives to a man. So therefore, you kind of understand. Certain sounds, certain thing causes arousal. What's going to cause us to get up because of the arousal? What you call it? What you call it? Yakaza talked about he went into the valley. He saw, what did he saw? Dry bones. The other man told me he going to bone a girl. Bone, he saw the bone, and what happened to the bone? They wouldn't get up. He said, can these bones get up? Come on. Am I talking book? I'm making up song. He said, you know where the bone can get up. What he told him to do? So you mean conversation can make the bone get up? Then conversation can make a man walk upright.
Yeah. That's right.
They always think I be taught. It's unfortunate my people think I'm stupid. In the book, the man spoke to the bone, and the bones got up. That's an arousal. What you think will make you agitate? He's going to agitate.
Right.
He's going to arouse us. That's how we're going to get up. Through speech. The partakers of the call. Some people say, man, that don't do nothing for me. That's called Fred Simpson.
That's right. That's right.
He said, he said, Rollo. That's right. All right, 14. I just want y'all to understand it, okay? Yes, sir. All right, 14. Let's see what he said.
But if ye will not shama unto me, and I will not do all these among.
You said not do these commandments?
Yes, sir. And will not do all these among.
Who is he setting us up for? Shaul. For those that don't remember, he was our first malak. He said Baraka be the Shem of Yahuah. You ain't gonna believe why. That's how Yahuah was vindicated when he came down to condemn him. Because because in his mind, I did do the commandment. I did. I went and got Amalek. Even though you ain't told me I got him, I catch. Ain't that like dying, killing? See, that he did a couple of things. He did destroy some. But see, the key was when you go back to the Torah, that's why he looked at it. And guess what happened at that point when he didn't do this? He was not a partaker. You cannot rightfully say that you are a partaker. Because I clearly said that you were supposed to do all these. Now, you know what could have happened why he didn't do this? What could have happened is that he didn't have a ra'ah. And not having a ra'ah, somebody that caused him to what it wasn't right. See, would have caused him to be able to not do what he told him, right? That wasn't the case. Why? He had Shemuel. What about the fact in the 17th chapter book of All Our Hadabarim that they were supposed to take a copy of the book? See, the reason I say that because our minds are rationalized. See, back then, they ain't had no pastors. He told them a lot that he was supposed to keep him a copy. Now, he was supposed to keep him a copy. See, that way I can hold him blameful. That's why when he said, I rejected him. You think about it, as a Christian, for me, when I read, I said, that's bad. That's a bad situation to be in. But what if I told you you're supposed to keep all of it and you got a copy of it? That you rule over the people you were supposed to. That's why in the 2nd chapter of the book of Romans, you ain't gonna believe what Yahuah told me. Teach what? He said I was inexcusable. Who? Why? And so guess what I'm looking at now when I look at Yahuah? I feel sorry for him. No, he was inexcusable. Because he should have taught himself. Ain't it tight? You had a book come back there. See, but guess how? Now, you can't put this together when you don't know book. I just believe the Lord gonna go back and say that's what you want to believe because you're trying to vindicate something you're doing. See, he set this up to where when it looked like people didn't know and people were ignorant, people willfully commit Qatar. And you ain't believe the book told us in the 11th chapter of the book of 11:26, 10:26 of the same book of Abarim, that if we willfully commit Qatar, there, what remain mean? That means it's not a state. It's not a state. He said don't remain no state. Some remain, it's still there. It's nothing there now. There's no sacrifice. See, before, Yahushua only that, guess what happened? Y'all know why Yahushua, let me see. As is appointed under Anashim, after this, so the Mashiach was to bear unto them that look to him without, he ain't remain in that position no more. See, the purpose of him sitting there now, he's only remaining for a period of time. When he get up, ain't no sacrifice. We're done. There's no sacrifice when he get up. It don't remain. It ain't stay. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
Come on. It don't remain. I'm trying to, y'all understand that?
Yes, sir.
Right now, he's still remaining. I can still, I can go to him now. I can repent. I can get something straight. But when he gets up, that's over. He come out here talking about, if you will, Lord. Precious Lord, take my hand. He said, I'm going to take you to Sheol. That's over with. There remain no sacrifice. So he's there now. The book declares, the Sefer, that he's there to be in the appearance of who? So Elohim is looking at us through him. That's your Rikam. Huh? He's in the way. When he gets up, that's over with. That's over with. He needed something to appear in their presence, something that will please him, something that do his will.
Make it plain.
Something that continues. Then when he gets up, all bets off when he come back here. That's why he moving so fast. Man, I don't know nobody when I come back here. You know he gonna tell you, come back, man, ain't got nobody number. Hold on, don't nobody do nothing. I know the girl.
That's right.
Don't nobody do nothing.
That's right. That's right.
No, that man coming back, and that man said, when I come back, he said, man, I'm coming and my reward with me.
Yeah.
When that man get up, listen, it's over with. He's only there for an indefinite period of time, this said.
That's right.
Then he's going to come back because he ain't got to be all in all.
That's right.
I try to tell him. But if you do not obey me, shama me, and do not do these, that's why you become partaker. Because the only connection that you actually really have is through this call. That's your connect. This is what they call your lifeline. This was where he sat down to give you exactly what were the do's and the do-nots. All right. The do's would cause you to be an inheritor. The do-nots would cause you to be disinherited. All right, come on. And
If ye shall despise my statute,
reject it. Just altogether get rid of it. And
or if your nefash abhor my mashpat,
That thing grieved me so bad. I know a lot of these folks guilty. So
that ye will not do all my Amar, but that ye break my Shabbat.
see, you know what he looked at, Lee? We can't understand, and I couldn't understand, Lee, how was I committing sin? Qatar. Why he tell me, and if you reject my statutes, the way I give you to live, and if your nefesh, your inner parts, it hates my judgment. I don't think it's fair. That just ain't right. How a person wrong if they do something? Don't we all do stuff? But he told me what your problem is. So I didn't know. Let me tell you what the problem is with people committing qatar. I had it. First of all, I understand it. I didn't rationalize the importance of why not to. I know he said don't do it, but I didn't recognize why. And the reason why you keep committing it is because of this actually deals with you. Look at what he told you. And if you reject my statutes, you just put them away. And if your nefesh, it just hate my cause on what I call wrong and right. See what happened? So as not to do all my
Amar.
That's why he tried to tell you. So reject is the same thing he told him he did with Shaul. He asked Shemuel, why do you continue to come to me about this man Shaul, seeing I have
Reject.
Pastor, why would he say he rejected him for some wild reason, I'm wondering? Who knows? Because he did what?
He didn't do all the commandments.
And he rejected his statutes. And he just hated his judgment. Because I told you when you went, and see, he proved him. You know, he'd have said, you'd have asked him before that. You hate Yahuah. You hate his stat. Man, you got my favor with that. Nigga, you crazy. Where you get that stupid junk from? See, he know. With your mouth, you'll show much of heart. But your law,
All from.
guess what he did? He said, guess what? I remember. Just come back to my mind. Sakar. What Amalek did to Yasharal when he came from Mizraim. Now I want you to go and I want you to utterly smite him. I want you to kill everything he got. Young, old, suckling. If it's on, listen, when you go there and that baby on that tick, take that baby, get it, and kill it. Every one of the animals he got, kill every one of them. And let him win. And when he went down, he went on, he said, I ain't do that baby. That's stupid. That make absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Kill no baby. Bring your fat behind him. Too ugly. Come here, your ugly behind. They ain't saw these disfigured animals out here. You know what I'm saying? This thing, woo! Do you smell that? Kill it. Woo, woo. But all the ones that look nice and pleasant, everybody that was cute and pretty to him, he never touched them. Then he said he'll come back and he'll offer sacrifice to Yahuah. And he said, Shemuel, he said, listen, go see this bastard. Go look at what he's done. And when he came to see that man, he heard all them sheep crying. He was like, Barak Neshama Yahushua HaMashiach of Yahuah. He said, man, I have done everything he told me to do. He said, what is this bleeding of the sheep? He said, oh, the people, they brought him back, and we would come back, they brought him back. And I said, let's just offer a sacrifice to Yahuah. He said, wait right here, I'll be back. And when Yahuah came back, when Yahuah taught me he came back, he let him know, Yahuah had rejected you. And you know, when you read it as the story and not knowing all the details of how the tour worked, it looked like, man, he just got a bad, that could have happened to any one of us, couldn't it? You're exactly right. Guess how it could have happened? When you reject the statutes, and if your soul just hated judgments. He said, and that will keep you from doing everything I told you, and you will break my beret. You know how many times I struggled trying to, Shaul, the Shalak, that they call Apostle Paul said, when I would do good, evil was present. He said, that I would find myself, I shouldn't do, that's what I find myself doing. And you know what happened? Because I have a problem with what he said do. Same thing with wives, same thing with other people and kids. They'll have a problem with what leadership will tell them to do. It'll be because their nefesh they hate you. It's because they'll reject what you will tell them. Oh, I forgot you told me. That's not your problem. Your problem is already duly noted. It's because you reject what you've been told on how I want things done or how you want things done. And the truth be told, your soul, you hate what he do. So as to not do all what he told you to do. And you wind up breaking what connected and bounds us together. Come on. Next line. This is what they're going to do. I
also will do this unto you.
Hold on for a minute. You saying you'll reject me, Lee?
Yes, sir.
From being a malak? From being a Kohan? Are you serious? For one little thing? Is it one little thing? Or it's a composite of things you have going on? He never said one thing caused you. I picked you. I know why you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. Because you put away and you don't like what I set up to be done. You hate the way I discipline or I call things to be. So you don't feel like you got to do everything I tell you to do. And on top of that, you'll go against what we establish. See, don't this make y'all understand it better? Mm-hmm. All right, come on.
I will even appoint over you
What?
terror,
A sudden terror. What else?
consumption,
I can't imagine.
and the burning ague.
The fever, that shall what?
Consume the
Or waste away the eyes
cause sorrow of law,
and pound away
and ye shall sow your seed in vain.
uselessly. For
Your enemies shall eat it.
these white folk got you. They got them fever going on now when they come out in this COVID. The hood done told you. We not them saying the reason I had to happen to us, he said this is what Mush part got to start at. Right. These are people, he told, what these sinners understand about this? We the people understand what's going on. We the people that he called. Now, I didn't call you to do this. I called you to be clean. That's why he wanted his people to turn and forsake their ways. Then I'll heal. I ain't trying to plead with these sinners to do nothing. These kata ain't doing what they supposed to do. Right. This is my cup. This is my barit. Yeah. Come on, next verse. Listen.
And I will set my pani against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
You said I'm going to be struck down, shot down? I couldn't imagine that. You know the police your friend. Who told us this? I didn't call you to this, though, did I? I called you to cleanliness. Mm-hmm. You chose your death to you. You chose what happened to you. All this ain't the cracker doing. This is our doing. Mm-hmm. Yep. Come on.
They that hate you shall reign over you.
You know, that's how you know the book wrong. Because white folks under us, bastard. Mm-mm. The people that rule us love us. No. They like us. They want to help us. Who told us about this way before this happened? Mm-hmm. That was the call. Listen.
And ye shall flee when none pursueth you.
We be running before they be coming yet. Yeah. We think they come, we start running. Mm-hmm. Listen.
And if ye will not yet for all this, Shama unto me.
So what was the purpose of them killing us? Police killing us, shooting us down. These niggas want to march. That's what he told you to do about march. Mm-mm. Protest, get some signs. Oh, this was so you would turn. Yeah. That's why I keep hitting you. Because I'm trying to get you to turn and realize you are a product of your own destruction. Come on.
And if you will not yet for all this, Shama unto me.
Obey me.
Then I will punish you 7 times.
Continue to punish you 7 times.
More for your kata'i.
Let's say.
And I will break the pride of your power.
Break down the pride of your power, your strength, what you look at and what you think is your protection. Go ahead.
And I will make your shamayim as iron.
And?
Your arats as brass.
See that? It's going to be hard for you Go ahead.
And your strength shall be spent in vain.
Uselessly. For
Your bed shall not yield her increase, neither shall your ox of the bed yield their pari.
that's going to be a problem for you. You need them leaves. You need that fruit. Oh, that's a part of your building your immune. All these illnesses have been out here, folks. It was because I would eat it. It was our protection, our servitude toward Yahuah. We know that eat was vital for our survival. Why did Yahushua sit down and tell us to take it and eat? Why did he tell us to drink it? Because all these things were conducive to our living. So now I took away from you the stale bread. He said, I took that away from you. You used to have bread to your continuum. It was for your healing. The people complained about Musha getting them food, so they wouldn't, what was it? They didn't want to die. That's why he wanted us to eat his body, so we understood that you needed food to live. So I'm going to take away your stale bread. That's going to be conducive to you dying. You need water, ma'im. Ma'im is just like blood. Blood has water in it. To show you that, to understand that, because of regions in Africa where certain animals inhabit. A lot of time, Africa dries out a lot. Rivers dry up to dry land. So those animals, unlike you, can't go to a refrigerator to a store and get water. You know how they get their water? From the blood of their kill. Lions can go for weeks without drinking water because they get it from their kill. See, blood, dam, has ma'im in it. That's why when Yahushua was on the tube, you ain't gonna believe it, out come running dam and ma'im. It was conducive to our living. How the rocks is built up is just like a human being. Every river is a vein. And you don't believe where that river runs to the body. That's what they call water when it sits out large. They'll call it a body of water. And it keeps continuing flowing and going and growing because of what goes down to it. That's how we learn where our existence comes from, how we work, and how important it is for us to understand these things. Nature helps us to understand Yahuah. Y'all got it? And because of nature, how we generate, our life existence continuing is based upon seed. The noon, a ben, benin, children. So when he was going to take all these things away, it was going to keep us from multiplying. It was going to be so he could wipe us out from being a people. But because he made a berith to Abraham that I was going to make these people innumerable, I left some in the flesh, basar, because I needed to use them in order so I could obtain those of whom I was going to graft in by Amunah. See, those, why he told you, those that are of the flesh, basar, these are not the benin of Abraham. That's why when Abraham sent them away, he gave them trinkets. But to Yasakar, the boy made him laugh. Huh? He made me laugh. He made me happy.
Yes, sir.
They tell you laughter makes the heart grow. What they call it?
Fonder.
Fonder. The boy makes me laugh. How do you think you feel about him? Based off of their statement. Every time I see you, you make me so happy. Yahushua was Yasakar. He made him laugh. Listen. Listen.
And if ye walk contrary unto me, and will not shama unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your kata'i.
See, these are going to be according to your sin. Let's see what happens.
I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your benim, and destroy your cattle, and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate.
So now, listen, that's how we found out we was in the desert when he came to get us. So he would rock. You know, they got Nakash, what they call a snake, that's called an African rock python. His specialty is eating kids. The animal specialty is tracking men and kids and eating them. He don't move fast. He's just precise. He's calculated, and he watches you. Can you imagine nobody to bury? I watched a special where one of the kids, listen, this snake trapped These kids were playing and moving, and this snake calculated, caught this kid, got him and ate him, and the only thing they got was the shoe. That snake hit the river and left and couldn't catch him. Can you imagine the only thing you got to bury is one shoe bastard? No head, no hand, no leg, no body, deteriorated, broke down, a shoe. That's what a robber do. He told you, if thieves break in, he said, don't they steal till they have gotten everything? Until they feel enough. He wanted us to understand exactly what he was going to do to her. When I say rob you, do you understand what that means? What robber come and say, oh, I don't want a nigga not to have nothing. Nigga, empty your pockets. Nigga, give me everything you got, nigga, before I kill you. He said, I'm going to rob you of all your kids. Prison system got our kids. Drugs got our kids. Gangs got our kids. Homosexuality got our kids. Prostitution got our kids. He said, I'm going to rob you to make you few in numbers. I'm going to destroy your cattle. The white man even did it to the Indians. When they came in, well, they caught it and ran off and took all the buffalo. And I'm going to make all this your food supply, your kids. Think about it. This is a science to the killing you. If you don't have kids, you're going to die off. If I take your kids, it's going to decrease your numbers. If I take your food, you're going to die. I'm calculating how to kill you. You can't survive the way I'm going to punish you. And I'm going to do this 7 times. Now, you ain't going to believe this. We pissed him off. We pissed him off. And we drew the last straw. That last straw, when he talked to Mushaw, he heard her crying. You know what he told him? This is the 10th time. And you know I'm going to do this 7 times. Let's do 10 times 7. That's why you went into Babylon and you weren't going to let out, because I can't be no liar. I don't know why these people tell y'all leaving in 3 years. That'll make me a liar. That's how you got in Babylon for 70 years, because 7 is what I'm going to multiply. Every time you commit kata, you've done it 10 times. So you'll be there for 70 years. Somebody said we were going to leave in 5, in 3, in a year and a half. He said, that'll make me a kata. I don't kata and I'm not a kazab. Most of these people, tell me to explain to you how you got 70 years into Babylon. Because 7 is the magic number. That's not why. That still won't give you 70 years. Because he counted every time that you kept transgressing, and it added to 10. 10 times 70, 7 is 70. Makes sense to y'all now? Now y'all just learned something. How did you think you got 70 years?
Didn't know.
That's why they pay me. Come on. Even even Dwight told y'all he should have busted a head on the
10
wind.
times.
But he did the math, he should have did it times 7. That's how you got 70 years. And that's why when Daniel told you, you know he understood it. When Yahuah told him. He said, I understood it was going to be 70 years. He don't even realize, I don't know why we keep asking for no shorter delay. It was going to be 70 years. He said, I understood it because of the Sefer. So guess what, man, now? Whatsoever was written aforetime was written for your what? Because that's how Daniel all understood it, from the writings. That we through
Endurance.
enduring the 70 years, not giving way or faltering, and through
Nicole.
that after the 70 years we'll be delivered, might have,
Nicole.
we're expecting him to come.
So,
Let's just say that. Listen,
and if you will not be reformed by me by these things, but will halak contrary unto me,
see, that still don't mean you're going to walk contrary to me. Let's see what happens.
then will I also halak contrary unto you.
I shall also walk also with hostility against you. We need to know that, because walking contrary to me, I'm going again. We need to know it's hostility. I mean, he ain't doing it, but he's still good with me. That's a difference. When you can tell us a hostile situation, you know he's still angry. He has not forgotten. And that's because that's what kind of nigga he is. That's because that's what kind of nigga you are. I'm doing what you've done. You've been hostile toward me. I'm very hostile toward you. Let's see. And
will punish you yet 7 times for your contagion.
again, where we get all these sevens from? Come on. Maybe during the days of the week. Listen.
And I will bring a sword upon you that shall avenge the quarrel of my Berit. And when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send the pestilence among you.
A pestilence among you? So that,
And ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy.
look at that. Now you got to go to your doctor. That doctor is part of your enemy. He done got her. The man told you, listen, where we in the city or where? You said the city of Redfield? That man just hollered, stop it, cut your pedal. That was him. And teach got on you head struggle. They ain't counting, you ain't used it like that. He said, just said, no, we're not gonna put this off our pedal. I sure want to put on you though, Daddy. How many of y'all say we put on Daddy? He done had enough fault, yeah. Well, we all say amen. That's time. But that's what we look at. And when you're gathered together, listen, we're in the city of Kanye. People in the city of Atlanta, people in the city of Covenant, people, whatever city these folks in, he said, when you got in these places, I shall send a pestilence among you. He wide open over there.
Yeah.
So that you shall be delivered into the hands of, that set us to them to do tests, stick stuff in our nose, jabbers, testers and curers, or make us sick. He said, all these pestilence, I'm going to put you right back in the hands of your enemy. All right, listen. 26.
And when I have broken the staff of your lakam,
The stay of your bread.
10 nashim shall bake your lakam in one oven, and they shall deliver you your lakam again by weight.
They're going to ration the amount that you eat. So that.
And ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
Y'all do know with this COVID mess they got, I told y'all before, they're going to go to another shutdown. Don't believe these people. I told y'all before it happened. They got to shut down. There's no way possible these people are going to do a shutdown. The number of people that are going to be wiped out, they're going to be dying, they're going to fight to keep it open, and they're going to come up with a lie to justify them shutting it down, saying we didn't shut it down. They're going to have to, which means you're going to have less food in your stores. Oh, yeah. We just saw it earlier. Go in the store, 2 meats. We got folks that have family of 8, family of 10. What are they going to do with 2 meats? They don't even feed their whole family. And when you sit outside and keep going back and forth in that store, somebody's going to be ready to fight you. Because their family got to eat too, and I know I've seen you behind this store before. Okay, these folks going to say. When they call them out like they did Cuff, wasn't you in there already?
Right.
No. Quit that line, nigga. I smell that meat on your breath.
Right.
They ain't folks gonna say. I've been telling folks, get a phone. We need to get a phone. Yeah. But y'all know more than me. How am I know more than y'all? Y'all too smart. You owe people thousands of dollars for your education you ain't using nowhere. I can't be smarter than you. And he told you, and when you eat, you're not gonna be satisfied. You know they thinking, he said they ain't gonna like what I eat. No, nigga, you ain't gonna get enough to eat.
That's right.
These folks don't look at it now. Nigga eat whole chicken. I'm telling y'all when I was growing up, it was impossible for a man to eat a whole chicken. I'm telling you, going to house, how many folks grew up in your house? 10. How many chickens y'all had to kill for 10 people? Look at it. Look, hold it. How many for 10 people? And one person eat a whole chicken, or chicken for everybody at their table. You had to ask yourself all up, how was it a chicken would feed? My mom would cook a chicken. It was 4 of us. You got 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings, and breasts. How many breasts you got? Both sides. 2 breasts. And the back. We'll eat chicken for dinner, and chicken will be in the refrigerator that you can get some chicken in tomorrow. It was impossible. The man had us appetite. You didn't eat a whole chicken. I can get a whole rotisserie chicken and bust it down and eat it with sides myself. I ain't talking about for no whole day either.
That's right.
I could bust one rotisserie chicken and run through that thing right quick.
That's right.
I ain't gonna eat that little tail at the back. That's the last part they throw the fence. I don't eat that one. Chicken back, y'all know that little arrow at the back, that little boot, they call that the last part you throw over the fence. You remember hearing that? I'll tell you, remember that? That's called the last part you throw over the fence, like a little arrow here, that little, you ain't know. I'll tell you, because they ain't throwing that over the fence, ain't that right? I know that right. We didn't either now. Henry really wasn't throwing. See, what you did with chicken back when I was coming along, you use chicken back and cook that with rice. You take chicken back, you cook it right. You don't throw nothing away. But I throw that done chicken away. Man, we get a whole chicken. My mama get that chicken. First thing you do, you show your hand that chicken, pull them gizzards out of there. That's a meal. Man, a chicken, man, you had a whole chicken. They had the gizzard wrapped up in a bag, shoved in the chicken. You take that on out, go on put it. You don't throw it in no trash. You say that for dressing or something like that.
Yeah.
You bust that chicken out, that chicken get fried. Man, ain't nothing like a fresh cooked chicken. Listen, I remember one time we in Atlanta, I was a little kid. I had to be about 2 or 3. They had chicken out there, and they let them loose to the yard. My uncle was up down on, he snapped them chicken straight up, wring the neck on it, kill it, and fry them right then. Now that was a horrible eat. When you're a 2-year-old kid, you just see somebody snatch a chicken up and shake a kid and then cook it. You like, that ain't that same one that was in that yard just walking, I know. Now that messed me up. Let me say this, it didn't work long. It didn't mess me up long now. Yeah. But just snatching one off the ground like this and doing it, pop, and they pluck that thing out and cook it and you seeing it. I said, that thing just walking in that yard. I can't eat like that. I need the one out the store, isn't that right? One that was born dead. Like the one born blind. All right, come on, next verse and get through. 27. All right, listen.
And if you will not for all this shame unto me, but walk contrary unto me,
Hold on, 28. Then
I will halak contrary unto you also in fury.
Look at this. I done went from being hostile to just downright angry, disgusted. And
even I, will chastise you.
I'm going to punish you. How?
7 times for your kata'i.
How many times you got to keep telling us this? Nobody went in Babylon should have been wondering what happened, especially when they heard, you have provoked me 10 times. So where is the number? 5? Behold, Yahuah appeared unto me and said that he was going to break the yoke and we're going to lead in a year and a half. That's why Yahuah said, all right. That's what he said. He said Baraka. But the one that been before me, he never said nothing that been toward us. It's always been against us. That's why he understood that Yahuah told us that he came back and put a yoke of iron saying, this not going to be broken. I meant what I said. You can repent and turn if you want to. I have set my law up against you that you're going to be punished for this. I'm going to try to right quick, try to get it right. The man said, I've been talking to you the whole time. I done went to hostile, to fury, to now I got to punish you. Come on.
And ye shall eat the basar of your beni, and the basar of your banu shall ye eat.
That's why he sat down and he told you that the Ben Ish came to give his life a ransom. You didn't know that? He bare 2 traits. Adam had the woman in him, didn't he? Yes, sir. That'll make him a son and a daughter. That's why he told you to take, eat, this is my flesh. It was needful to come and give you this. So let me see. We were lacking bread. We were lacking healing. We were lacking the fruit trees. It left us to, guess we got to eat our son. See, he already had an intended purpose for us. For the people that sat down and tried to figure out why would this man give his life to us and he would have been Adam, because I told you that. Because you wouldn't turn to me. So now I'm going to say that you're going to sit down and eat your being. Who told us about this before it happened? People sitting down in church and they eating communion. Tell us, do you even know what you're doing? Do you even know why you're eating it? It's because of your kata. It's because of your kata. I told you you're going to eat your being. Don't it make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on.
And I will destroy your Rosh Malkum,
Your high place, these are places where you go and you look, you worship at these places. And
cut down your images, and cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols. And my nafas shall abhor you.
And I'm going to hate you. Because I'm going to take your body, I'm going to tear them places down, and I'm going to cut them down, I'm going to take your ash, and I'm going to cast them right down to them, because I hate you. Listen.
And I will make your cities waste, and bring your Makdash unto desolation, and I will not smell the savor of your sweet odors.
Y'all see that? And that stink. I told you, because that's how we got him to come into our bed. In the 7th chapter of the book of Marshall, the book told you in 10 that, behold, that met him on a shawl, a woman of a heart. She was dressed like one. See, a whore has whore clothes. He even told you, you had a whore forehead. He said, now, she is loud. And you know these behaviors that y'all demonstrate on y'all women, that's the same behavior of a whore. That's why he looked at how he punished her. He said, a whore do that. She'll reject somebody to rule over her. Because I'm trying to tell you something to do, you won't do it. You a whore. You know what she told that man to get to come home with her? I have decked my bed with ornaments. I perfumed it with myrrh and aloe. That's how he came. It was the inviting of what she had. That's what made him come with, and say he went straightway. That's how we attract him, through the behavior that we manifest. Either it stinks or it's appealing to him. Right. So now he told her, when you go to try to use that what you used before, it ain't gonna work. Now it stinks to me because of your behavior. Hey, I used to indulge in it. I used to enjoy it. He said, now I hate it. He said, my soul hates it. Yahuah told you the same thing. He said, when you come to appear before me, he said, who is required this at your hand? Right. He said, you trying to do Kodash, the new moon? You trying to keep Shabbat? He said, it is a way. He said, man, it's iniquity for you to do that stuff. He said, because of the stuff you've done. Now you going to do something that should have been an homage to him, that he should have received it. Now he hates you. Nobody told us that. I shall lay waste your cities, as well as shall make your Magdash desolate, and I shall not smell your soothing aromas. Come on. Listen.
And I will bring the Arats into desolation, and your enemies which dwell therein shall be astonished at it.
Shall be appalled over it. Come on.
And I will scatter you among the Gui, and will draw out a sword after you, and your Arats shall be desolate, and your cities waste.
Okay.
Then shall the Arats enjoy her Shabbat, as long as it lieth desolate, and ye be in your enemies' Arats. Even then shall the Arats rest and enjoy her Shabbat.
See that? Oh, we got to do it. We probably enjoying these Shabbat. He's something to get rid of you. He was trying to let the land rest. See, even nature need a break from you. I only dare him get y'all, even the land even wants you gone. You see that? That bad. Listen, he said, I don't want you here, and the land don't want you here.
All right.
Come on, 35. Y'all take for granted what he tell you all the time. Listen.
As long as it lieth desolate, it shall rest.
Oh, Lance, I'm so sick of you. I'm so tired of you. Which?
Because it did not rest in your Shabbat when ye dwelt upon it.
See that? You didn't obey it. These folks, this is part of our berit and our connection. Who these folks want to go work, keep trying to do business. You can't do that during Shabbat. Right. The land need a rest. Right. Just let it. He said, give it a rest. Sometimes feet keep. I said, man, just get a break, get a rest. He said the land need a rest. Right. Why y'all think he's sitting here and he overturned the play and why nature coming back? They keep thinking it's just Yahuah. That Shabbat he gave it one just to you, it's to the land. And you keep trying to sort and pull it. He said, you know what? You are aggravation. You are a frustration. He said, I need you out of him. He said, that way I can rest and the land can rest. Come on.
And upon them that are left Kai of you, I will send a faintness into their log.
And?
In the Arats of their enemies.
You know how many niggas got bad hearts now? What land they in while they got these bad hearts?
Enemies.
He said, I'm going to do it to you. You know the book wrong. Man wrote this. How were they going to know this in 1611 when they rewrote their bastard? That's not in the original. In 1611 they wrote it, and then it's coming to pass. How they going to know that our hearts were going to be bad? Right here in the land, our enemies. Heart disease. There are niggas all the time. How many that nigga got heart disease promptly you go to the hospital? Did anybody in your family have heart disease? You like, heart disease? Yeah, I think. Yahuah told us. And it came to pass. Listen.
And the cold of a shaken leaf shall chase them.
Nigga here leave. Nigga start, what is that? Nigga run from leaves. Now them leaves scout, went across the ground. Nigga, oh goodness. He told her, didn't he?
Yeah.
A leaf, he gonna show you, nigga, leaves got you running. Listen.
And they shall flee as fleeting from a sword.
And
They shall fall when none pursue it.
look at that. Nigga trip, fall, and tear himself up. Nobody even coming at him. They shall.
Fall one upon another, as it were before a sword, when none pursue it, and ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies.
Look at us now. What these marshals done did? Come out there standing strong talking. Them jokers just come out them suit, them helmet, and the baton. Nigga study, man, nigga, I ain't going with Cracker before a nigga know he in his own yard. Police them, they only say police just through talk, got their shield, just keep moving. Man, they just keep moving forward, just keep blocking nigga off. You do all that talking before you know it, you're in your yard. And don't come out either till 6 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna lock you up.
All right.
Listen what happened.
And ye shall perish among the Goyim.
Where we dying at? In our own land?
No, sir.
Right in front of these other nations. And
The rots of your enemies shall eat you up.
yep, book wrong. Come on.
And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' rot.
Look at it, gonna rot away in the land of your enemies. And
Also in the iniquities of their Abba shall they pine away with them.
that's what rotting causing us to deteriorate now. Right here in the enemy, and a lot of he telling you, animal repay you for your father's sins. Come on.
If they shall confess their iniquity,
I'm sorry. Hold on. What happened now?
if they shall confess their iniquity,
And
the iniquity of their Abba,
and what
with
happened?
their trespass which they trespassed against me, and that also they have halak contrary unto me,
Let's see what happened. Verse 41.
and that I also have halak contrary unto them, and have brought them into the rots of their enemies, if then their uncircumcised law be humbled, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity,
And they are men. The part of you going and him doing this was part of mending. See, people don't realize why it ain't. He was, even in his chastisement, he was trying to show you, by doing this for this time period, I'm really trying to mend this situation. And the only way to mend it is for you to go away, but it don't make sense for you to go away if you don't acknowledge what you've done. Don't go and say you just put out and you just thrown away. Tell the truth. You were contrary. You hated what I told you. You abhorred all my judgment, and you kept none of my statute. You rejected my statute. That you were warned and you were told, and you still wouldn't receive it. And now, in order to fix it, you need to tell it and admit that you've gone wrong, and that's why I went contrary to you. That's why I came at you with anger and hostility. That's why I rejected you. But this is going to be how we're going to mend this, by you confessing.
sir.
Let me finish right. Give me the third child. I'm going. They can't take much. Listen, I don't hear y'all long. I want to hold y'all today. We ain't gonna say long as I want to hold y'all. Listen, this is what I do for a living. Okay. All we do is walk down through the book and see what the book say. Book right. I want to make sure we got a complete understanding, and we hadn't had it. He's transforming it over to say, do you really understand what you read? Just like when Yahushua was supposed to, you know when he asked him in the 13th chapter of the book of Matthew about verse 46, 48?
Is that all these?
Because he look at that, this been a lot of talking. Did you understand everything I told you? They said, yeah. He said, then I got to explain something to you. Then it's just like a man that got a house. That when he go through and he get things, he bring out stuff new and old. There's some new stuff I got right here. Let me show you the old one I had. He said, that's how I am. So he showed us the new when Yahushua came in the flesh. Old for in the Baptist, they used to call it in the flesh. Jesus came in the flesh. He did not come in no toilet. He is not the tiny old man. He came in the flesh, basar. But it all, the attributes that actually contributed to him coming in the basar, the flesh, is because of what was old and already established. He never changed that. He had to come because the promise was that we were going to eat the flesh of our son and our daughter. Okay. He begot us as a man. He bared our sins as a woman. A man can't bear. Okay? So he could cover himself on these are attributes. Hello? Now, in order to bear, you ain't gonna believe what happened. A man and a woman had to become one. You can't do that by yourself. Okay. Okay. That's the only time we come together. It's just not in business. It's not in responsibility. It's not in understanding, and it's not working together. Okay? Let's get this right quick. Abarim 3:1. I just read it quick and try to just, cause see, I'm one of them people for whatever reason, I see something, I need to know what he's talking about. Because I don't know how in the world I'm going to do something I don't know. I ain't figured that yet. Do something you don't know. If you're being stupid, you know how to do it. If you're being dumb, that's something you know how to do. You can't do something you don't know. That makes sense? Okay. All right, this is 3:1. Let's see. Listen.
Wherefore, Kadash Akim,
Listen what happened. What else?
partakers of the Shamayim Kara,
That makes sense. Of the Yakra, of Shamayim, because that's where it came from, the voice. Consider who?
the Shalak,
And
Rosh Kahan,
of who?
our profession, Mashiach Yeshua.
That's what we knew about confession. All these words should have sparked us back to our Torah. The only reason he gave you the new, because it was supposed to spark you back to the old. When the new came, the first thing of the Shana year, those people were not going to eat nothing new.
That's right.
They was eating old because of the new.
Right.
That's how we understand how the book works.
Right.
It's a first. The new is supposed to cause you to eat the
The
old.
old. Yes, sir.
I'm finna go get some dessert. What I gotta do first?
Yeah.
Which one they gave me first?
Food.
Which come last?
Dessert.
That's the new. What I gotta do to eat the dessert, the new?
Eat the old.
Eat the old.
That's right. That's right.
Go grocery shopping. You might eat a couple things new, but the proper way to do it is sometimes you go to the store, you might buy something you want to eat now. The proper way to do it is to go ahead and let's devour the old. Otherwise, guess what happens? It rots and it wastes and we dispense. Guess what happens? That's a form of rejecting it. Why?
Right.
Because you've gone to the new. You need to go ahead and get rid of the old first.
Right.
Then we work our way to the new. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
No farmer does that. Go out and eat all the new crop. We already got stuff put up. We pickle stuff. We preserve stuff so we can go ahead and eat it. And we set up to last us until when?
Winter.
Till the new comes. When the new comes, we pretty much devoured the old. We were waiting for the new. You're called. That's our expectation. So we prepare by setting up enough. When farmers in time past take in their harvest, they look at the account of what they have in their home. They'll have people that say, such, go take Miss such and them some. Ask such, they want your aunt, take them some beans, take them some stuff. But they're going to put up for their family, for the immediate. And you start to preserve and put stuff up because you look at, I don't want to lose this. I know later on I'm going to want some of this, and if I don't put it up now, I'm going to hate myself and be mad at myself later because I didn't put enough up. So I'm looking at how much I'm trying to put up and calculate to have enough to carry me through. I'm anticipating this could be a hard winter. This winter. See, older people back then, they started to gauge the weather and tell. They like, it might be a dry year coming in. I better put up enough in case, because we can get a dry summer, they can run a crop. So I need to put up enough to sustain us until when? That's how we got the Torah. He gave us enough to sustain us until the new came. That's right. He had anticipated all these captivities. How were these captivities? They were rough. So we need to put up, think about Yosef, who they call Joseph. He was able to put up enough food to sustain them all the way till they got through 7 years. Do y'all know how long 7 years of not getting any harvest is?
A long time.
And enough to be able to accumulate everybody's property. Guess who had to be accounted for? How many families I got? I'm saying family, he had to look at Mizraim. I got to have enough food for all these people, Dave. On top, I still got to sustain the Malkut. And I got to eat. F all them, I just got enough. No, he had enough to sustain all them people. You know, he got their good. He still had recom that they were able to eat. None of them people died from starvation. Yahushua looked and he saw the people, and you know what he did? Had compassion on them. His compassion dealt with him and said, listen, set them down in groups so I can see how to feed them. So I can look at how many groups I got. Niggas just looked at it, look, I'm just you, about 100? No. He said, set them down in groups so I know what I got. Set them down, no doubt, by family. Who together? Set them down there. Put them there so I know how much to give. Hello? Yes, sir. So I make sure every man will have enough. Now, some groups going to be larger than other groups, right? Mm-hmm. But to each man, I'm going to make sure he got sufficient. That's right. So where to look at, that group got more than the 2 and 3 over him, the one with 15. The one with 30 got more than the one with 2, or more than the one with 5. But if you actually sat down and look at how I did it, I made sure every man had enough to eat. So that he that gathered more had nothing over, and he that gathered less, I said it that way. But to the appearance of the eye, ho! How about to get a whole chicken? Talking about busted with 8 to 10 people? Mm-hmm. And you got just you? That don't even make, that ain't good math. I set up so it'd be equality. Because he knew people murmuring, people gonna grumble, people gonna fault find. Just make sure everybody gets something to eat. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
So he knew how to do this. So I want to go further, but I want to make sure I don't want to wear out a good thing that they say. I just want to make sure you understand. Just this gives us enough understanding, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. This was supposed to make us know you need to go back and finish up what you had over there. Go back and finish and repair the breach. See, we've been operating, there's been a breach. That's why stuff ain't been working. People looking for a breakthrough. That's all you got is breaks. Now we got to come and repair these breaks. So now we can keep what he got. It don't make sense to put something in something busted. He told you no man don't put no new wine. Where that was?
The old bottle.
Where you gonna put it at?
New
Coke gonna get a can out the garbage and get it bent up, scraped up, and got crinkled and fill it with some brand new Coke and seal the top. Who finna buy it?
Nobody.
I don't want that junk. Where you gonna put it at?
New skin.
It's gotta be a new can. And this is what folk don't realize. They recycle.
Yep.
That's all Yahushua gonna do.
Right.
These niggas hollering they new nigga, he can recycle.
That's right.
All I'm gonna do is take in and recycle. Hello?
Yes, sir.
That's the same equivalent as new. You're sending through the same regimen that you'll send a new one through.
Yep.
You'll clean and you'll purify and make sure it's able to be able to handle what you're gonna put in it. Mm-hmm. And make sure it's sealed until the day of redemption or until the day somebody purchases and ready to open and use it.
Right.
Sometimes you'll get some can, people don't know, they'll have a little pinhole in them. They'll reject those. Oh, you'll get it. You'll get manufactured defects. Just like we'll have. We'll get some people, they'll have some defects. But he's set to know how to come in and repair them. That's the purpose of putting somebody in who can repair it, just like Yahushua. He was a carpenter.
Right.
He see a roof with a leak. You know what he don't do? Tear the house down. Destroy this house. I'll build another one. No, that's just stupid. Just go up and just fix that hole up there.
That's right.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
A carpenter knows that. He can set and gauge whether or not this house is able to be built and it can stand. Mm-hmm. And when they built time past, just like in Miami, you can't take Georgia building stand and use it in Miami. Because Miami is conducive to a different type of weather. Yep. We don't get hurricanes out here. We can get some of the winds that offspring. They get hurricane force winds. They get flooding. So you have to build to a different specification. Well, that's what he looked at. When he sat down being a carpenter, we're built to a certain specification. You're going to get some rain in your life. You definitely going to get floods. Sometimes, man, trouble going to overpour you. I'm just being honest. Stuff going to be coming at you for every. You know, when a tornado comes, it pick up stuff and just start throwing it at the house. You ain't going to believe it. Sometimes stuff going to be coming from you from everywhere. So Yahuah know how to build up to that specification, to that code, so you can withstand it. He talked about a man being wise, that when he built, he wound up making sure he had stability. First thing, he made sure he was sitting on a good foundation. I got one time, I had to haul in some loads of dirt in my house. I had a hole in my yard. Ryan was cutting when he was doing landscaping. Ryan said, I found a hole in your yard. I was trying to hole in my yard. What did he tell me about a hole in my yard for? He says, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's the hole? He took something and stuck it down in the hole and took it. I was trying to figure out, that's in my yard? This hole, I went down and looked at that thing. Listen, if you fall down there, you're not getting back out. But the hole was like this. So I'm thinking, what in the sinkhole gone? I had to haul in dirt to fit it. I'm telling you, that thing was down, and I said, what in the world? I didn't even know this was there. You rode a lawnmower, you could have fell in that thing. You're not getting out. Oh, you definitely going to hurt yourself if you don't kill yourself. You're going to definitely be severely hurt. But it's because when they built, they didn't build on a rock. See, a lot of these builders put stuff, it's temporary, because they don't think time test. They look at, by the time this happens, this will be a few years on, I'll be gone, I'll be out, I'll probably change my name, I ain't going to worry about it, come back in. See, Yahuah looked at when he built, my name on this. Mm-hmm. I built, that like when I build, I put something together, I put my name on it. That when I done it, I did it right. I don't do that junk, man, they'll be all right. You'll be all right, I ain't going to be all right. I build for duration. Ain't that right? When I build something, I build for my liking. I made sure this is something I like. When Yahuah asked us about building him a house, he said, who gonna build me a bed? He want to make sure he cleared up. He said, don't go get that junk already built him. He said, I want somebody gonna build to my liking. Because I want something I can look at. He said, I'm gonna look at this man. Yahushua. That man built him a bed that he could dwell in, a habitation. He said, I'm gonna look at that man. That was a sign of him being pleased with his actions and his duties. The reason why he don't look on you, because he's not happy with what you're doing. There's a stink in that nostril, and he wants you out of his sight. And see, we hadn't known that before. We've been assuming he'd been watching, but he told her that his own upon the, who was it? And his are open to who? But his pani, and you found out why. Guess why? These are people that reject his statutes, people that abhor his judgment. Y'all hear me? And people that don't keep all his commandments. I have no reason to listen to you or be concerned about your welfare. I'm against you and I hate you. I abhor you and I have hostility against you. I'm very furious with you. See, we heard them words. We didn't even know why. That's just because that's how the Lord is. He just be angry. That's not. It's because of your actions. It's because of what you do. It's because of what you demonstrate and what you give off. And then instead of sweet smell, it stinks. I'm getting ready to let y'all go. I've talked to y'all long enough. I'm boring. I just be talking and going, just making up stuff for no reason. Disregard everything I told you. It's for entertainment purposes. That's better for you. Because if you set yourself to do this, then you set yourself under every condition that that man got mandated with this. That he's going to hate you. He's going to come after you. He's going to be very hostile. He's going to be furious. And he's going to get rid of you if you make your mind up to commit yourself to this and you turn back from it. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm going all the way. Ain't nothing I heard of that made me get back. I used to be like that. Well, I mean, maybe I don't need to commit, because I don't want to. I'm already saying, you know what it is? I don't go along with everything you do. I know I ain't going to do everything he said. I'm going to do everything he said. I go along with whatever he do. I got to. Everything he said he going to do to us, it's been done. How am I win? What's my benefit in not doing it? It'd be different. Well, if you don't commit, you don't do it, ain't nothing going to happen to you. That's common sense. I wouldn't even waste my time. I had another idiot said, yeah, even if it was no hell, I stand with doing it. The best is a liar. The best is a liar. That makes absolute no sense. If there's no punishment and no obligation to do it, and ain't that bad gonna happen to me, I'm leaving now. Okay? All the harm I got, I'm gonna set it down, I'm walking. Now you one of them people, you one of them big liars, you go ahead and keep telling them lies. I'm outie. Y'all got me? Okay now. Y'all found me at the dealership with them 3 little O-rings on me. I'm outie. Y'all like that? I'm trying to tell you, baby, I'm outie. I'm straight, I'm out. It don't even make sense. Why am I be here? Ain't no punishment. That's stupid. Yeah, I still did. That's because you, sir, you, ma'am, are an idiot. I'm only here because of what he's done and what he can do. I don't have no obligation with that man. If I ain't gonna die, ain't gonna burn, ain't no destruction, well, you know what? I'm gonna still stay. I'm outie. All day. Isn't that right? Don't even make common sense. See, they'll say stuff because they stupid and they think they're gonna be appealing to him. I'm not no stupid fool. I'm a businessman. I'm gone. I'm only here because of what he'll do. I'm only here because of what he did. And I'm appreciative because of what he can do. He didn't unleash all his fury on me and all his hostility. That he didn't cut me off because he has the power to do it. And if he does not exist and he cannot do it, it makes no sense to be him.
That's right. That's right.
Much sense they would me to celebrate Christmas when it had absolutely no benefit in it. None whatsoever. Other than stupidity and wasting money. Idol God, idol worship, lies, hypocrisy. Appreciate it. Let's do it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. 82. I ain't gonna blame it on y'all being sleeping. I'm blaming on me being long-winded. I just want to make sure I got understanding.